Welcome to another round of Spudventures. This week we are starting a 3-part plus prologue adventure in the Mongoose Publishing 2nd edition system of Traveler. And for that, I will be handing the reins over to Winged Cat.
Hello. Okay, so as Newbiespud alluded to, there's multiple editions. We're specifically using the Mongoose Publishing 2nd edition. So we're also using a adventure I came up with. So background, though, to tie this in. So assuming the Spud Cinematic Universe has kindled interest in Spud Studios' other works, this is a look into a certain science fiction series the Spud Studios tried to do back in the 90s. And despite good ratings and a very vocal fan base, the executives kept cutting it short and it never quite got to the end of its planned story. And today there's fans who were born after the main series ended airing. So people are looking back, and here is one arc of the adventures. Today we're just doing character generation, and then we'll do 3 sessions of the actual adventure.
So we're alternate universe Firefly. That's no pressure.
Yeah.
Traveler has actually inspired a lot of science fiction series, apparently. For instance, Firefly was apparently Joss Whedon's Traveler adventure dressed up and more cinematized. I kid you not.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so that it's actually a very appropriate reference. Okay.
Right, yeah. I'm not sure how much connection there is between Babylon 5 and Traveler. DragonBard may know more. But yeah, Firefly. Just think Firefly if you want a default feel for the Traveler universe, honestly.
Okay.
That said, here's the official spiel. This adventure takes place many thousands of years in the future in the vast interstellar Third Imperium. It is year 1105 in the Imperial calendar, or 5628 AD. Long ago, the mysterious ancients abducted humans off of Terra and seeded them around the Orion Arm for reasons still not known. The most prominent strains of humanity, with an I as it's now spelled, are the Zodani, who fostered psionics, the Volani, who founded the First Imperium many thousands of years ago, and the Solomani, those who remained on Earth and their descendants, in other words, us. The Volani and Solomani have largely merged and formed a majority of the Third Imperium, which dominates known space and within which this adventure takes place. Other aliens of note in this adventure are the Kukri, not entirely nicknamed centaurs, the Aslan, lion people with dew claws in their palms, and the Vargar, wolf peoples whose ancestors were likewise taken from Terra. So that's the setting information. Any questions about that?
I think it'll become more clear as we go.
Okay.
Shall we introduce everybody, all the players as well?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm Newbiespud. I'm your host, I suppose, but not. I don't know who I'm going to be yet. Joining me is DreadPriest.
Yo.
AzureMountain.
Hey.
And DragonBard, who's new to the group.
Hello, glad to be here.
There we go. Yeah.
All right. So there's also a rules narrative since today's session is focused on character generation. Your travelers have 6 statistics with values from 0 to 15. 7 is average and 12 is the usual human maximum, but some can exceed this. Values 10 and above, when written down, are noted in hexadecimal. 10 is A, 11 is B, 12 is C, 13 is D, 14 is E, and 15 is F. For the most part, what you'll care about is a dice modifier from each statistics. A relevant stat of 3, 4, or 5 gives -1, 9, A, or B gives +1, C, D, E, or E gives +2, and so on. You also have skills. When you try to do something, roll 2 6-sided dice, add them together, and add your skill and relevant stat modifier. For example, shooting a pistol is gun combat plus your dex modifier, so you have a gun combat of 1, dex C or 12 for a +2 modifier, and you roll a 3 and a 4, that's 1 + 2 + 3 + 4 = 10. In most cases, you want to get at least 8. The referee, a game master they call a referee in Traveler, can modify this for easier or tougher tasks, and rolling higher is better. If you do not have the relevant skill, and it is something an untrained person could do, you have the skill at -3 for this purpose. Or if you have Jack of all trades 1, you have it at -2. This is why you have some level 0 skills, no skill bonus, but no untrained penalty. If you take damage, first subtract any armor you have. If any damage gets past your armor, your strength, dex, and endurance are your hit points. Deduct from endurance first. This does affect your modifier. When it reaches 0, from strength or dexterity, your choice. When one of strength or dexterity reaches 0, you're incapacitated. If both hit 0, you're dead. The medical bay of the ship you'll be traveling on is unusually well equipped and can bring you back if you're taken there within a few minutes and a trained medic is present. Yes, this means you can come back from death, literally.
Okay.
It's a very good medical bay. Healing can return these three to their original values. Intelligence, education, and social standing damage are unlikely to occur in this adventure. Whether they occur in other adventures is TBD, but not for this adventure. Okay, so now we get into character generation. So first off, you roll 6 pairs of 2 6-sided dice, and for this one, I'll let you assign your stats to each. I'm also running a shopkeeper roll, which is, in general, in any rolled stat situation, if you roll equal to or less than the average for your total stats, reroll immediately. So in this case, you're rolling 6 sets of 2d6. So the average on one 2d6 set is 7. The average on 6 of them is 42. So if your stats add up to 42 or less, just reroll. Once you get at least a total of 43, assign your stats as you wish, according to what kind of character you're generally aiming for.
Right. Okay, so shall we start rolling now?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Got 12, which I figure is pretty good.
So actually what you can do is just roll 12d6, get the total, and then mouse over the I next to your roll to see what your dice distribution was.
Yeah, I might as well just do that, yeah. All right, so that's 3 and 6 for 9, 5 and 1 for 6.
So that's a total of 50, so you're good.
Okay.
I was seeing if I could do multiple rolls at a single time. Nope.
Right, so you got 40, which is equal to or less than 42, so just re-roll that. And keep going till you get at least 43.
6, 9, 9, 5. Oh dear.
Yeah. You see why I want to insist on a shopkeeper rule, because some people do get lousy stats.
Roger. Even though I somehow managed to pull out a 50 here.
You got lucky on your first shot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like how I keep rolling 40.
I got a 45, so.
Right.
There you go. So I don't want to keep looking at things, so I'm just gonna roll.
Well,
Was it
doing
6
them
times?
doing them all at once helps you get the total really fast and helps you iterate on that.
True. So let's see.
That's 42 exactly. Reroll it.
All right. And that. Yeah. All right. 48.
Yep. Yeah, so take your dice pairs and then just decide what you're going to put where.
So there's strength, dex, endurance, intellect, education, and social standing.
Right. Are the names clear, or does anyone have any questions as to what these stats are?
No, I think they're in the book. They're basically simple enough. I guess the question I have now is, do we want to try to coordinate on our specialties? Because I assume that we have at least one decent stat or decent roll number that we can put to something.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so let me bring up the specialties I wanted.
Right, yeah, you had some archetypes you wanted us to fill.
Right. So ex-Marine, Black Ops scientist, Imperial Knight, chef, and someone who knows Oslon culture. Each of these has a specific plot point they can integrate into the adventure with. Now, obviously, of course, you're all going to want to be at least capable of investigation because, well, that's what you are, investigators.
Right.
Or that's what you're going to be, even if that's not your profession.
Could you type all those in the tabletop roleplay chat?
I did, but here, let me just...
I can find it, but probably re-put it.
There we go.
All right, so we got 4 people.
Right. These can double up.
Ah.
And with 4 people, one of them is, at least.
Yeah. Anyone have any particular dibs on one of these roles that they're keen on?
So I should explain, since I did get a few questions on them. By chef, I don't mean Swedish chef. I mean someone who can pal around with celebrity chefs and who knows, if it came up, how to serve up a sentient creature who has died and some others may want as food.
Huh.
Likewise, Imperial Knight. So Knight in the Third Imperium is the lowest level of nobility. So that's more of a socialite than an like arms and armored guy.
Knighted person, right.
Right. Black Ops Scientist is pretty much what you'd think, though. Likewise, Ex-Marine, obviously Imperial Marine, but still someone who probably has gun combat and combat knowledge. And then Auslan culture is just, well, Auslan are the lion people. You need to know something about how they think and what their social roles are, because they're quite a bit different from normal human.
Right.
I'll probably be going with either the Ex-Marine or Black Ops Scientist.
Those are exciting. Tempted to say I want to be like... now that I think about it, I'm kind of really curious about what like a celebrity chef looks like in this distant future.
You can have that role.
Sure, why not?
I think I'll take the other of the Ex-Marine Black Ops Scientist, whichever you don't want as a...
DragonBard, got any thoughts?
Guess that's going to leave me with somebody who knows Aslan culture.
And if we're doubling up, if you want to take the Knight as well, sure. So the requirement for the Knight is that you have to have a social stat of at least A.
Right.
Just also noting in the book, it does look like they just keep the numbers. They don't switch over to hex.
No, there are some cases where they explicitly switch over to hex. In fact, the default listing has 6 characters, 1 for each stat, and so you have to switch over to hex.
That's fine. I can grok hex.
Right. They call this the Universal Personality Profile, or UPP.
All right.
So let's see. Well, I have 2 stats above 10, but they're B and C.
That's fine. You can have a Knight and a Nobility as well, if you want to toss either of them to your social stat.
Okay.
What stat do you want the chef to have? At least that would be C.
So the chef should have a good intellect and/or education.
Well, okay, so my stat spread is C99965. So
education, I would think, would probably be best for the chef.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I had 6 pre-generated characters. We're replacing them with custom creations, but the pre-generated chef was explicitly a research chef in the Navy. Coming up with new ways to do field portable rations, new types of meals, and new meals that are accommodating to new alien species that get discovered and start getting integrated into the Imperium.
Yeah,
so
let's see.
I myself have 2 5s and 8, 9, 10, and 11. So what were those in the A through F thing again?
10 is A, 11 is B, 12 is C, etc.
Okay. So I've got a C. No. said 11 was B?
Yes.
So I've got a B and an A. And then 9, 8, 5, 5.
Okay, Winged Cat. My UPP is 747C7B.
Okay. Go ahead and type them out in the tabletop roleplay channel once you have them allocated. Just because that'll be an easy written reference for everyone to see.
Sure. Which of the two did you want to go with?
I'm not sure. Do you have a preference?
Not really, but it's just I seem to end up being scientist characters a lot. So,
All right, I can go scientist.
all right.
With the way my things are, I'd either be have good. Basically, I have 3 good stats, 2 bad stats, and a mediocre stat. So.
So mine is 5699C9.
So if you want to metagame a little bit, I will advise, it should be obvious by now, since this is an investigation campaign, intellect and education will be the most important stats. Social standing and dexterity will be middling, and there won't be that much combat, although there will be at least 1 combat.
All right.
That said, there may be non-combat opportunities to use strength and possibly endurance. Like if you need to wrest a closed door open or something.
Well, all right. In that case, I'll make it 59.
A muscle? Okay.
5969C9.
At least one of the non-player characters is explicitly a very strong Aslan, who may take challenges to his strengths.
I mean, I'm a chef. I should be dexterous anyway.
All right.
That is
Just
neat.
to be
that,
sure.
that is neat that you can, that the hexadecimal does let you just kind of like run them all on a 6-character string like that.
Yeah,
just-
Trevor uses a whole bunch of stuff like this. And in fact, it's only recently gotten popular because they started getting out of the charts and tables for everything and back into roleplay like most of the rest of the systems we play are like.
Theater of the mind, yeah.
Well,
Just to be
yeah,
sure.
that and you don't have to look up tables to tables to tables.
Yeah. One of the
This is specifically why we're doing the Mongoose Publishing 2nd edition and not any of those other editions.
One of the Facebook groups I'm in is actually Traveler RPG stuff, and there are people who actually are making like spreadsheets and programs to run stuff, including like the original Traveler edition spreadsheets and like putting modern vehicles into the.
Just to be
some
sure, the
people have a lot of fun
hexadecimal
doing
is
that.
strength, dexterity, endurance, intelligence, education, and social in that order, right?
Yes.
Yeah, strength, dexterity, endurance, intelligence, education, social.
All right.
I think I might be in that same Facebook group. I know I've created quite a few.
Nope. Broke up a little bit.
Anyway, so we've all got our stats assigned, and we're all okay with them.
Yeah, I feel pretty good.
Yes.
Okay, the next step then is to select your background skills. You get a number of skills at level 0, equal to your education modifier plus 3. So again, 6, 7, or 8 is modifier 0, 9 AB is modifier 1, and so on.
That's on page 8 of the book, right?
Page 8, yes.
All right.
So, for instance, DragonBard has a education of 7, so he just gets 3.
Should be
Newbiespud.
C.
No, no,
Should-
that's C7. You have intellect
Oh,
C. You want to
right.
edit that?
No,
If you
wait.
want to edit that,
Oh,
now's the
right.
time.
Nope. We're leaving it that way.
Okay,
I forgot it was education, not intellect on that.
that's all right. If given who you're going for, intelligence may be better anyway.
Yeah.
It just gives you slightly less background skills.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's see. So Newbiespud's education of C means he gets 3 plus 2, so 5 background skills.
All right.
AzureMountain has education of A means 4, and DreadPriest education of 6 means 3. The list of available skills is admin, animals, art, athletics, carouse, drive, electronics, flyer, language, mechanic, medic, profession, science, seafarer, streetwise, survival, backsuit. All of them have something to recommend them, some more towards certain archetypes than others. If you have any questions about any of them, please do ask.
What's profession specifically?
Working. So profession 0 means you're familiar with having a job, showing up on time, the usual ins and outs of reporting to a boss. Someone with up profession has basically never done the typical professional work.
All right.
There are a bunch of specialties you can get, especially to profession and to some of the other skills. But once you have skill 0, you have all the specialties at skill 0 for the most part, with exceptions like language. Obviously, language 0 doesn't give you every language ever.
All right.
Okay. I've selected my skills. I'm going to take background skills, admin, language, and streetwise.
What is
Okay.
admin?
Familiar. It's basically the bureaucracy skill. Familiarity with paperwork, navigating things, and there actually is a specific check in this adventure for admin. Stuff like checking ship's papers.
Roger.
Yes, in Traveler, admin is often an overlooked skill that comes in very useful.
Right.
That
It's not
sounds
something
like
for everyone.
boarding party.
Oh yeah, whoever's taking the Marine might want to consider Vaxu. Although, consider the skills you're going to pick up during your career. Don't overload them with this. So, for instance, the Marine is almost certainly going to get Vaxu from career, so the Marine should not stage. Otherwise, it'd be
Yeah.
wasted.
I'm
Alright.
looking at this stuff. I was thinking possibly like cruise, medic, and electronic.
Sure.
Okay, Carouse?
Carouse is partying.
Yeah.
Oh,
that-
well, okay.
It's from.
I've got to get
I
that.
reckon. Yeah, I recognize the name from when I was doing Dark Heresy stuff. That was basically the roll. You roll better when you're doing drinking contests.
Yeah, I think the Dark Heresy version of Carouse is quite similar to the Traveler version of Carouse. That there may, in fact, have been some cross-pollination there from Traveler to Dark Heresy.
So, as the scientist, I probably shouldn't get science then.
Because you're going to pick that up during your career, yes. Yeah.
All right.
Think of this as your chance to get the skills you're not going to get through your career. That's probably the best way to think of it.
Neat,
Yeah.
okay.
And of course,
Well,
what's the
in that
image of
case-
Marines?
I think
So-
I'll change out that streetwise to backsuit.
Okay. Just to make crystal clear, everyone knows what VAC stands for here, right?
Vacuum, yes.
Yeah.
Ability to not die in space.
Yep. And specifically the ability to use various spacesuits, which basically you need to have a certain level of VAC suit to use them competently, otherwise you get a dice modifier if you're trying to use them.
All right. So I'm, no?
Also, just to note, flyer is referring to in-atmosphere vehicles. It does not refer to how to pilot a starship. That's a separate skill called pilot.
Okay, so it looks like there's, just looking at it, you've got the driver for ground vehicles, atmospheric flyer, and space flyer.
There's also seafarer for naval vehicles, wet naval vehicles.
All right. I think my mega skill spread is going to be admin, animals, carouse, survival, and vac suit. If that makes sense for the chef.
Sure.
You gotta know the animals to know how to serve them.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll go with fact suit, mechanic, streetwise, and language.
Okay. Since you're going for a language, pick a specific language. The two most useful would be Troc, which is the Aslan language, and Gavek, which is the relevant Vargar language. The Vargar have many languages throughout their domain, but only the Gavek version would be appearing here.
All right, since we have two people with language at 0, I think we should both take one then, yeah?
Yeah, I figured I was taking the Aslan language.
Yeah, since you're also the one familiar with the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'll
How
take
was
the
that
relevant Vargar
spelled
one.
again?
Vargr.
Well, that's Vargar. How is the Aslan language spelled?
Oh, here, let me write it down. So TROKH for Aslan language, and the local Vargar language is GVEGH.
And I assume for the age of for simplification, we're all playing as humans for this.
That's actually an option, and do any of you want to play non-human?
I genuinely do not know. Is that a choice I could have to make now or later?
Right now.
Oh.
Theoretically, before you even take your background skills, but nothing has been affected yet. Before we get beyond the background skills.
All right.
I mean, human is certainly an option, and there's multiple types of human. The only one that would make a actual mechanical difference is Zodani, and I'm going to discourage that one for this adventure.
Mm-hmm. Where are races in the book?
Page 51. Yeah, 51.
However the PDF breaks down, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they could use better organization, but even this is better organized than the other editions, honest.
Yeah, and I just found the universal personality profile with the stuff right after that section.
Also, no, that's not the best picture of the Aslan they have in the book.
Yep.
And DragonBard and I both know someone who does Vargar arguably better than the Vargar pictures.
This is true.
That said, those pictures will suffice for this campaign. And if we want to just do all human, that would be simple. So,
I might just stay human.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for human as well.
Yep, human.
All right, so we're all humans. Okay. So now that we are all satisfied with the background skills, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll skip the Traveler Homeworld stuff because for this edition, that's pure fluff, and they've divorced the background skills from that. Some have you pick your homeworld and then you get your background skills from that, but this edition is more flexible. Okay. So character generation after the background skills proceeds in turns. Turns of terms. TURNS of TERMS. Each term represents 4 years starting at age 18. So right now all your characters are 18 years old. And it proceeds for a number of terms which varies depending on the group and represents everyone aging up at the same time. Now, what's going to happen is everyone's going to select something to do for that term and roll for it. In addition, there's what's called the connections rule, which is after you've found out what happens to you in that term, if you can weave that in with one of the other characters in the group, declare the bonus story and you get an additional skill level, any skill you want that's relevant to that story. Each of you can do this twice, and I'm going to very much request that you do this both times during your terms. I think it would probably be best to aim for 6 terms. Just everyone gets that far, and then we cut it there. 6 terms is moderately powerful character generation. Some people do only 3 or 4, which is more of a beginning character, and some people push as far as possible. The longer you push it, aging rules come into play, which can tear down your character skills or stats. Traveler is famous for dying in character generation. In certain editions it's possible. Theoretically, in this edition it's possible too, which is just basically if you roll bad enough, that's it, your character dies and you restart. Goose, the worst that can happen is your character gets crippled but gets medical debt to save his life and doesn't actually die unless you specifically say, no, he's not paying the medical debt, he just dies.
Well,
Remember that reducing all 3 stats to 0 is dead. Character generation, if you get permanent reduction to 2, you may as well be dead because you're like vegetative coma. But there's the bounce back rule of if you would have gone to 0, you just get medical debt and you're bounced back to 1. So you never actually get to 0.
Roger.
Okay. So, the first term, the first 4 years, you can get what's called pre-career education. Theoretically, you can do this in any of your first, second, or third term, but I find it works best to try for this in your first term. The basic options are university or military academy. There are other options in like Traveler Companion, but those are expanded ones, and we're just going for the basic one. I think like only DragonBard and maybe one other person here would even have seen the Companion. So,
Have it in front of me.
right. So I did say up front, ask if you want to use anything from that. Did you want to use anything from that? Because if so, this is the time to declare it.
Where was that? No, not with where my character is now going.
Okay. So
Traveler Companion, sorry.
a Traveler Companion is basically it's a splat book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have it because I found a lot of this stuff, but it's just like, I'm just going to go with a basic character this time.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with going with the basics. The Companion is mostly for, oh, you've done Traveler a few times. Well, here's a few options now that you're familiar with the system.
Gotcha.
But for first time, Core is good.
Roger, okay.
Okay, so you don't have to go for pre-career education, but you can. The options for pre-career are university and military academy, which are basically what they sound like.
I think I'll do the military academy.
Okay. Before you make your choices, let me finish up. So you can also just get started on your career. The careers available are agent, and gee, didn't we just do something about agents? It's kind of like that. Law enforcement, intelligence, corporate. Army, citizen, which is corporates, workers, or colonists. Drifter, which is the default career if you're not doing anything else, barbarians, wanderers, and scavengers. Entertainers, Marines, merchants, whether working at a starport or working on a merchant ship or whatever. Navy, noble, which is only for usually only if you have really good social, at least A. Rogue, thieves, enforcers, and pirates. Scholar, gee, I wonder what the sciences are going to be doing. And scout. So theoretically, you can choose any one of those careers, or at this point, you can choose to go for university or military academy. So we should probably take this in turn order almost as if we're doing initiative. So I'm just going to do alphabetical initiative because it sounded like Azure already had a choice in mind.
Not quite.
Okay, so you're holding your turn, DragonBard.
I think I'm going to go for university.
Okay, so each career or pre-career education has an entry qualification. In this case, it says ADU 7+. That means roll to the education modifier and try to get at least 7+. Now, let's see. You have a SOC of at least 9, so you get -1, so you just need to roll 6 or better.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, theoretically, it says DM +1. That means you add 1 to your die roll. So 2d6 + 1 versus 7 is equivalent to 2d versus 6.
And I rolled a 7.
So you're in.
All right.
Okay, so choose a level 0 skill and a level 1 skill from the list on the university page. You have it in front of you. And also increase your EDU by 1. So go ahead and edit your EDU that was listed on a tabletop roleplay so we know what your EDU is now.
Yep.
So your EDU was 7, it should now be 8.
All right, just for clarification, the background skills we got at the previous step, they're all at level 0, right?
Right.
Okay.
And you have them now.
Yes.
Which may matter depending on how the rolls go. There are certain events that require you to make skill checks.
Roger.
Okay. Okay, so DragonBard, which level 0 and which level 1 skill will you be going for?
I think I'm going to take level 1 in the Aslan language Troc.
So you're... no, you already have the Aslan language. Language, I think language is basically you speak it or not.
Okay.
Let me double check that. Language 0 implies you have a scattering of sample phrases in several languages. But yeah, I'm just going to have each level that you speak, in addition to being able to kind of speak multiple common languages, each level also gives you proficiency in one specific language.
Okay.
Starting with level 0. Which is a little more generous than the default rules, but for this adventure, it matters. So, okay, which level 0 and level, given that, which level 0 and level 1 did you want?
Well, I think having the Aslan language at level 1 would be good.
All right.
And then I think we'll take Advocate.
Okay. No, by the way, this overrides the language 0 that you got as your background skill.
Okay.
So, okay. Having chosen those, roll 2d6 and add your intelligence modifier to see if you graduate.
Okay. I hope I typed this in right.
11. You graduate with honors. So, increase both of those skills you chose by 1 each. Means you get another language, as well as your advocate goes up to 2. Your education goes up by 2, so now it goes up from 8 to A. And it gives you some benefits on your next term, like getting into a certain career next term, depending on which one you take, but we can handle that when we get to your next term.
Okay.
Yes, everyone sees why I recommend a pre-career education. It's useful.
Yeah, it's got some benefits as long as you don't crap out.
Right. Okay. Then also roll 2d6 for the event that happens during your pre-career education.
Ah, yes.
And this doesn't have any modifiers. Okay, you rolled a 10. A newly arrived tutor rubs up the wrong way and you work hard to overturn their conclusions. Roll 9 plus in any skill you have learned this term. So probably advocate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sometimes you just roll the skill, sometimes you roll the skill with attribute. I usually roll that you usually do skill with attribute. So I'll let you roll advocate with your intelligence modifier. So you get +2 from advocate and another +2 from intelligence.
Is the advocate at +1 or +2?
+2. Well, it doesn't say whether but it says any skill you have learned during this term. So presumably that would be after graduation. So yeah, +2 from advocate, +2 from intelligence. 2d6 +4, 5 or better is what you're going for. Oh yeah, that's at least 9. If successful, you provide a truly elegant proof that soon becomes accepted as the standard approach. Gain a level on the skill you rolled on, and the tutor is a rival. So you now have advocate 3. You also have the tutor as a rival, which is only going to matter outside if this was an extended campaign.
Okay.
Yeah. That was an example of someone rolling really well on this, but yeah, that happens.
Congratulations.
Okay, we can look into connections after the first term is done, but that's DragonBard's first term. DreadPriest.
I'll be going with Military Academy.
Okay.
And do the Marine one.
Okay, so roll 2d6, add your endurance modifier, and try to get a 9 or better.
Waiting with bated breath.
Yep.
Made it.
That's in. Okay. Gain all the service skills of the military career your academy is tied to at level 0. So if you go down to the Marines...
I pulled it up on the side panel,
Right.
so I've got athletics, vac suit, tactics, heavy weapons, gun combat, and stealth.
Right. You gain all of those at 0. Note that's the only thing you get, although that's a lot of skills in exchange for not getting a bonus for the stat. So go ahead and roll to see if you graduate. See, your endurance is high enough to get a bonus of 1. Your social is not high enough. So yeah, 2d6 +1, 8 or better. Or wait, yeah, your intelligence doesn't give you a bonus either. So yeah, 2d6 +1, 8 or better. And you did not graduate. So that's what you get. Now roll 2d6 for your event. See, 6. You become involved in a tightly knit clique or group and make a pact to remain friends forever wherever in the galaxy you may end. Gain 1d3 allies, which again won't matter for this adventure. 3 allies. So yeah, you got some friends who are out there. Actually, I said they may not matter, but I will allow an option for one of the rivals or allies or whatever to show up as one of the non-player characters. And that actually would be a good idea for the specific Marine tie. Is one of the non-player characters you'll be meeting is someone that you went to military academy with. And no, even if you didn't graduate military academy, you can still go to a Marine. Although with that ally, your plot tie is now complete and you can do whatever.
Yeah, I'm thinking I will stick with going into the Marines with it. So it's just one of those, try to be an officer, fail, work the way up the grunt.
Yep. Okay, so, but that gets into second term. Newbiespud.
All right, well, I guess I'm going to go to university.
Okay. Roll 2d6, add your education modifier, and get a 7 or better.
That's going to be 2d6 plus 2 because...
Plus 1. Or
no, I've got a C. I've got a C, so...
You're right. You're right. I was looking at the wrong line, too.
All right. Don't fail me now. I got a 7, so I just got in.
You're in. Okay. Increase your education by 1, and then choose a level 0 and a level 1 skill.
All right. So, education goes up to D, which... Does that increase my modifier?
No.
No, it does not. All right.
C, D, and E are all plus 2. If you get it to F, that's plus 3. And the highest that you can get without like augmentations or something.
Right. Okay.
Which may actually matter in some future turns for you.
So that's my education. So what is... Okay, I'm just curious. What is astrogation?
So that's the art of plotting how to jump in Jumpspace.
Oh, that's not remotely what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
All right.
In theory, it might be useless, except for the fact this entire adventure is going to be taking place in Jumpspace.
That is true. That is true.
But no, it's probably not going to matter.
Does anyone currently have a rank in medic?
Mm-hmm.
No.
DreadPriest took medic 0.
All right. Oh, right. No, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going profession chef 1.
Logical.
And art cuisine 0.
Let's see. So profession, you can make a profession for. Art, there's more restricted ones.
Oh, all right.
But that means it's broader than just cuisine. You're familiar with the air-breathing mermaid problem?
Not remotely. What is that?
So this is a theoretical role-playing game system where there were mermaids in 1 edition, and then in the next one it had some subspecies of mermaids, and one of them had the power of air breathing, which then retroactively called into question, wait, so all these other ones can't breathe air? Huh. So it's as you add in more skills and more specialties, that kind of invalidates the capabilities of everyone who had it but hadn't invested in that specific one, since that specific one didn't exist yet.
Fair enough. So what can I choose from art?
So perform, instrument, visual media, and write. I'm thinking
performance, right?
That would be the closest one to chef, yes.
Especially if I'm going like the celebrity chef route.
Yeah.
I'm going to be on TV a lot. Or whatever the equivalent is. Trained actor, dancer, or singer at home on the stage, screen, or holo. All right. So yeah, profession chef 1, art performance 0 is, right. I think yep.
Also, so the specialties don't kick in until you have at least skill 1. So theoretically, just have art 0, and later on you can pick up art 1.
Okay, so I have art 0 and profession chef 1.
Right. That also means you have all those other specialties at 0 for art. And even if you get to art performer 1, you'll still have all the rest at 0, unless you take them at higher.
So I have just art 0, and then if I increase that, I can say I've got art 0 and art performer 1.
Right.
Basically. Okay.
Right.
Neat.
And it's implied that if you have art performer 1, you have art 0 everything that you need in the list.
Neat. Okay, cool. All right, so now I roll to do the graduation thing. Right,
you've increased your education, right? Yeah, okay. Graduation.
All right, so that's my int is a 9, so that's a 2d6 plus 1. I graduate with honors. Nice.
Right, so your education goes up another 2, so now you have int E.
Wow.
Or did you
not? I have edu F. I think.
Right. Okay. Yeah. You started with C, so now it's gone all the way to F. So you can't increase your edu anymore. On the other hand, anything where you do edu as a bonus, you get +3 to.
Nice. All right.
And you're not playing the scientist.
He's a really good chef.
Yeah.
I'm a savant when it comes to the culinary arts. All right, so I'm going to say, so my profession chef goes to 2, and I get to say I have art performer 1.
Right.
Performance, yeah.
And some further benefits that apply to your next career or next term, but we get to that when we get to that.
All right.
Your event roll.
My event roll, Roger. Just a straight up 2d6.
Yep, no mods.
10 the tutor.
Yeah. So 9+ on either profession or art. And I will let you use your EDU for either one of those.
Oh, how generous.
Well, they're logical. They're narrative in this case.
Yep. So do I want to try and get a level in chef again? Or okay, so here's my question. It's just like a level in a skill is just another +1 to that skill, right? That's basically
right. Well, it also represents increasing competence.
Mm-hmm.
That a +1 in a 2d6 system like Traveler is pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Right. Also, the skill levels are 0 is you're like a hobbyist or interested amateur and you have some experience. 1 or 2 you can get a living in. 3 or 4 you're good in. And 5 is the master or one of the masters.
Neat. I'm thinking, like, just kind of glancing down at sort of my potential career paths. I probably want to see if I can get maybe another level in performer, because I don't know. Like, I could also just make myself the best chef. I don't know. So that'll be plus my education and my skill, right? You said?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, what makes more sense is not like trying to come up with a proof for performing, but for, you know, the culinary arts. So let's just roll for profession chef. I rolled a 12. Hooray.
Right, so gain another level in it, and the tutor's a rival.
Okay, I have a rival chef tutor.
Right. So you have profession chef 3 and education F coming out of university. You are a savant and a prodigy.
Nice.
So Gordon Ramsay Mark II?
Something like that.
I'm Space Gordon Ramsay. Lovely.
Okay, and we're back to AzureMountain.
Yep. So, quick question.
Yeah?
If I take the +1 or +0 in science in university, and then in the scientist profession rank up to get the science 1 or science 2, would that increase my science level by 1, or would it replace it?
So it depends on exactly how it's written. If it says science 1, it replaces. If it says science +1, it increases.
Okay. So all of the stuff on the scholar page have no pluses.
Yeah, so that's a replace.
All right.
Wait a minute. So the skills and training is all implied to be +1. But like the ranks and bonuses, it says science 1 and science 2, those are a replace.
Okay.
On the other hand, for science specifically, that's multiple. Since it doesn't list one, that can be another specialization besides the one that you have. So you could have science A 2, and then get science 1 from scholar, and that'd be science B 1.
All right. I'm going to university. So I failed. What a shame.
Okay, so you didn't get in. So since you didn't get in, you can choose a career.
I guess I'll go right into scholar then.
Okay.
Scholar scientist.
All right. So the entry roll for that is intelligence 5+. So 2 to 6 plus your int modifier and get at least a 5. Or wait, 6. Huh, it lists 5 on one page and 6 on another.
Seriously? Wow.
Yeah, page 19 says 5, and
And I got a 6.
40 says 6. Okay, well, you got it either way. I would have allowed a 5, but yeah. Okay,
Some low rolls.
so choose between field researcher, scientist, and physician.
I'm going to go with scientist to start off.
Okay. So you get to demonstrate how the actual... So first you do a skills... let's see. I think it's... survive... Yeah, they say you only get the skills and training if you do the survival, but I'm going to do it the other way around. So first you pick a column for your skills and training, roll 1d6 on that.
Okay.
And also since this is your first career, you get each of these service skills at 0. So it's drive, electronics, diplomat, medic, investigate, and science.
Okay. So...
And that's before you're actually... Oh yeah, that's in place of the skills and training for the first term. Okay, so you get those 6.
Yeah.
And then you roll for your survival, which is education, 2d6 plus your education modifier 4 or better. Which, theoretically, you could fail this.
Yeah. I rolled an 11.
Right, you did not fail. Okay. Then you roll for advancement and event. And I'll allow that in either order.
I'll go with advancement first.
Okay, 2d6 plus your intelligence modifier 8 or better.
9.
9. Okay, you get a bonus skills and training and when you rank up. So you are now a rank 1 scientist. Pick a column.
All right.
The advanced education requires you to have at least an education of A, which you do, so...
Yep. So I'll go with advanced education with engineer.
No, you roll 1d6. So you pick the column, but then you roll for something
right,
in
okay.
play.
Got it. So science rank 1, and then...
Well, it also means you get a science 1 automatically from the ranks and bonuses.
Yep.
So since you get science 1, you have to pick which specialty you want that 1 in.
And what are the specialties?
So let me look it up. I am recommending AI research since this is specifically a scientist who has worked on artificial intelligence. But just for the record, the listed specialties are archaeology, astronomy, biology, chemistry, cosmology, cybernetics, economics, genetics, history, linguistics, philosophy, physics, planetology, psionicology, psychology, robotics, sophontology, xenology. So either of cybernetics or robotics would do for this. Possibly a few of the others, possibly even psychology, but one of those.
I'll start off with cybernetics.
Okay. So you have science cybernetics 1.
Add a character common Azure.
Yep.
We're going down the Metal Gear Solid route. Get the soldiers pumped full of cybernetics and send them out to fight.
Machines,
yes, that happens. This is one of the more harder science fiction settings that I've seen. So, yes. Okay, so you're doing advanced education, 1d6 for what you get from that?
2.
Which is
Advocate. So what is advocate?
Law. Phoenix Wright stuff. But Phoenix Wright, Miles Edwards, and actually more serious courtroom stuff, but anything law.
All right. So that's now a 0 for me?
Yeah, since you didn't have it already?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, and then roll for your event. 2d6, no mods.
By the way, should I have rolled a thing for the scientist skills and training?
No. So first term, you're getting the service skills instead.
Okay, got it.
Second and later term, you get a skills and training for surviving, and another one if you rank up.
Got it.
Okay, so your event.
My event is 6.
You are given advanced training in a specialist field. Roll Edu 8+, so 2d6 plus your education modifier, to gain any one skill of your choice at level 1. This is one of the best ones you could have rolled.
That's good. Let's hope I get it.
Yeah.
9.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Any skill in the game. If you want to gamble on possibly getting this again, Jack of all trades is possibly the strongest one because that reduces your untrained penalties, which means you get everything you don't already have a skill in.
I was actually thinking about that. I do like Jack of all trades just in general.
However, that is a gamble because your first one you get it at 0, which doesn't help you. It doesn't kick in until you get at least 1, which means you have to get it twice.
Is that so?
And likewise, it only negates the untrained penalties, so there's no point to getting it at anything above 3.
So even though it says that I get any skill of your choice at level 1...
oh, wait, it does it say level 1?
It does say at level 1.
Oh, cool. Never mind then. Oh, yeah, it does.
So
You should totally take Jack of all trades at 1, because that reduces all your other untrained skills to only a -2 instead of a -3.
Right.
All right. So yeah, I guess I'll get Jack of all trades at level 1.
Right. Which means searching the room, shooting a gun, flipping over the table, everything you don't already have.
Yep.
Flipping the table is a skill.
Acrobatics.
Okay. Figured I should ask for the audience.
Right. Well, let me look it up just to make sure.
Oh, sorry. Flipping over a table. I thought you just meant like flipping a table, just like lifting.
Oh,
just knocking it
there's
over.
a skill athletics, which has a specialties dexterity, endurance, and strength. Flipping over a table parkour style would be athletics dexterity. Flipping a table would be athletics strength. Jack of all trades applies to both of those, as well as the other stuff.
And taking a table to the face would be athletic endurance.
Case could be made for that. Although that's more like long distance running, hiking, and so on, rather than immediate withstanding.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the end of first term. Given the stories that the 4 of you have made, does anyone wish to connect with another character from these stories?
Let's see. DragonBard, we both went to university and we both got the tutor event. Is there any possibility we somehow had like the same tutor?
I suppose.
Like, okay, so I went as a chef. I forget what you...
Advocate.
Oh, so you went into law and I went into... So there's not a lot of crossover there.
Well, no, humanities. They're both humanities skill. You very well could have had the same tutor.
Yeah, I mean, tutors probably just end up...
in that required elective that we both did not do well in.
Right, yeah.
Because, you notice you both barely got honors.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah, we only managed to graduate with honors because we worked together.
Yep.
That's
sure we can do that.
All right.
And we both overcame the same annoying tutor in different fields.
Do you both of you want to take the connection, or just one of you?
Is there a downside to taking the connection?
So you get 2 connections per, and I would actually probably recommend both of you take it, but it is your choice.
Mm-hmm. So with the connections roll, you can do multiple connections, but you only get a skill from it twice.
Right.
Oh, okay. So we're basically sharing a skill here.
Well, no,
No.
you could get different skills. As in, you learn something, the other guy learns something else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to make this connection.
Sure.
Okay. Which skill did each of you get?
So do I have to pick one of the ones he's got right now, or
No, you pick any skill in the game.
Ooh, I don't
And
know.
I can't
the whole
remember. Is that
list.
at level 0 or level 1?
So this isn't then at level 0, at level 1. So you would get it at level 0 or +1 to any skill that you have. So this would be the gambling on a jack of all trades. On the other hand, this is also one of the few ways to get the recon skill, which one of you is someone in the character pool is going to want to get. It's basically the perception skill.
Oh, that's
And again, you're going to be doing some investigation.
actually, yeah. I want to be good at perception because
Right. So there's also the investigate skill. I'll just leave that there.
I'm looking through the skills. Yeah, it's either recon or investigate. Yeah, I'll take recon 0.
I think. Let's check here. Yeah, might as well start off with a bit of a bonus here and take investigate 0.
Also, for note, actually, connections cannot be used for jack of all trades. So that's the one thing you can't get from connections.
Roger.
That's a shame. I was thinking of maybe doing that.
Yeah, it's powerful enough that they rule it out from connections, but the other any skill in the game, those you can get it. Okay, so you've written those down. We're on to term 2.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll take the same initiative order unless anyone wants to see what else there's people to get. So, DragonBard.
Oh, wait. Can me and Dread also do a connection?
Oh, if you want.
Because I was thinking I'm a cybernetics scientist, and he is a...
Well, I haven't
I guess
reached
he's-
the Marines yet. This was
all right.
a-
I guess we'll
I
wait.
dropped. The connection is we both dropped out of the academy. So
Well, I never got in to begin
You
with.
failed. Yeah.
Right, so yeah, you
Yeah.
can do that. And if you want to be, one of them is the reason why the other dropped out, and the other one never got in the first place.
That's harsh.
Yeah.
Hey, true friendships have spawned from worse.
Yeah, possibly like a bar fight or something. Not enough to get me kicked out, but enough that they didn't let me graduate.
Possibly,
Yeah.
or just the bad influence kind of friend.
But who is the bad influence? Is the question.
Anyway, so are you connecting or?
Or if we hold off till I do the Marines, which is certainly possible.
Okay, you want to hold off?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a very good chance my character will end up injured during my career as a Marine, and he can be the one to patch me up if he's still signed.
With cybernetics.
Yep.
That's there. Okay, term 2. DragonBard.
Yep.
Okay, what career are you going into?
Well, I'm torn between agent and noble.
Okay, agent would give you a +2 to qualify, but noble, you have the necessary stosh.
Mm-hmm. That's automatic qualification.
Yeah.
Well, let's try agent and keep noble as the backup.
Okay. Because, yeah, even if you have to switch to careers later, you still automatically get in. Okay. Yep. Intelligence modifier 6+. You're in. Law enforcement, intelligence, or corporate?
Okay, let's sit here and take a look. Let's go with intelligence.
Okay. So you get the service skills automatically. Streetwise, drive, investigate, flyer, recon, and gun combat. All at 0.
Okay.
Okay. Roll intelligence 5+ to see if you advance.
That'd be the same one again, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you do. Congratulations, Agent. Get a Deception 1.
Okay. Trying to keep up
And
here.
pick a column for skills and training.
Yep, just a second here. Trying to keep up with all this stuff.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing a whole session 0 for it, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And we're taking our time. I thought we'd be done by now, but yeah, we're doing a thorough exploration of it.
Well, just so we're not like talking over each other, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's my next roll I'm doing here?
So
Picking a
pick
table?
a skills and training column and then roll 1d6 for what you get from within it.
I think I'm going to go with personal development.
Okay. So number 4, melee. You get melee 0.
Okay.
And then 2d6, no mods for your event. Event 5. You establish network contacts, gain D3 contacts.
Okay.
So 1d3.
Helps if I click in the right spot when I type.
Yeah, it does. 2 contacts. All right. So that's that term. DreadPriest.
Do I need to roll survival?
Not for your first term. You just get
Okay.
Actually, yeah. Go ahead and roll survival for your first term. See. So 2d6 plus your modifier 7 plus. You survive.
Okay.
Okay, DreadPriest.
I'll be going for the Marines.
Okay.
Endurance
So-
is 6+ to get in.
Right. What's your endurance modifier? Which is a +1, I believe.
Yeah, sitting at 11. I'm in.
Yep. Okay, support Star Marine or ground assault.
I'm thinking Star Marine.
Okay, train to do fight boarding actions and capture enemy vessels. So let's do. So first off, you get the service skills. Well, you already had them, so you can get +1 in one of the service skills, your choice.
I think I'll take vac suit.
Okay, so you got vac suit 1. Survival. which is another 2d6 plus end roll. Get 6 or better.
I was just quickly jotting down on my little notes. I had to find it again.
Right. You did not survive. So this is one of the differences. In some of the earlier versions, this would be sorry, your character did restart. In Mongoose, it's you don't get a chance at promotion. You don't get, and a mishap happens. So roll 1d6. Severely injured in action. Alternately roll twice on the injury table and take the lower result. So
Injury tables on page 47.
yeah. This also means that you'll need to get back into the Marines again next term.
Yikes.
Damn.
And there's
okay.
DM -1 because you...
Right. So either reduce a physical characteristic by 1d6 or roll 2d6 and hope you don't get a 1 on either of those dice.
Take your chances on trying to roll higher on the injury table, or take the one losing a physical characteristic by 1 die. Ugh.
Right.
I'll take a -1 to Dex.
It's not -1, it's -1 die.
Yeah. Honestly, it's probably better to try to press your luck and not get a
was
d6.
Was that the roll you did in there, or
No.
Oh, wait, no, not yet. Okay.
The one was to get to this point.
Right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he can either take a 2 or roll 2d6 and take the lower.
Is that taking the...
Oh, no, I didn't roll. I was just roll again. Okay, and then 2d6 take the lower. Let me do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you've rolled the 1d6 and rolled the 2. I'll let you just -2 to your dex.
I did the 2d6 low and got a
Okay.
3.
It's the same thing.
Strength or dexterity by 2.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, Dex, I miss you now.
So is that a missing eye or missing limb?
I'd assume since it's Dex, a missing eye.
Yeah.
You got an eye patch now.
The fun thing is, there is medical bills and healing, so you can actually do a restoration on that, but it does going to cost you some money.
Could he get a cybernetic eye?
Also, here's
Absolutely.
the thing. I did look at that as well. If you were injured in the service of an organization, therefore I was injured while a Marine, I roll on that table.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And you got rank 0, so if you want to roll that.
It is
Roll
table after
2d6,
table
hope to
after...
get at least a 4, preferably an 8+.
It is table after table after table, but it is kind of fascinating to watch it all kind of play
6.
Right. 6. So 75% of your injury is taken care of.
So that would be a $10,000 medical...
Minus 75%,
bill.
so 2,500 credit. Yes, this is table after table. I put this in context of the other editions are much worse at this. What you're seeing is better enough to be playable.
Hooray.
I'll leave the rest for your nightmares if you don't want to look at the other editions.
So now you have medical debt that you carry forward through character creation.
In exchange for not losing the characteristics?
Right. It's
Okay.
just money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right,
so
so-
this can be Azure was the one who put the eye in.
Absolutely. And we can get to that after we've done everybody's term too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, So so an event still happens. So I'll let you go ahead and roll 2d6 on the Marine for what happens on your way out.
10.
10. You are assigned to a Black Ops mission. Gain DN +2 to your next advancement roll. Which honestly, I'll let that carry forward to whatever career you.
I was gonna say maybe this is the why I lost the eye.
Probably, and I'll let that +2 carry on to whatever career you do next because they give you a good recommendation on your way out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have a fully functional prosthetic eye. It doesn't give you any bonuses, but it works. They also have biological, but if you're going for cybernetic, so be it.
Yeah.
Okay, Newbiespud.
All right, I'm going down the path of the entertainer.
Okay, Dex or Int, 5+.
They are the same on my sheet. So I rolled a 7. I qualify.
Yep. Okay, so Art, Carouse, Deception, Drive, Persuade, Steward.
All right.
And note that these are all 0. They aren't +1.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've already got art. So I've already got carouse actually. So deception 0, drive 0, persuade 0, and steward 0. What is steward?
Just quick question.
yeah.
Just while he's debating that, I'm looking at the mishap. Severely injured in action. How is that the removal from the career? Just where is that?
Because anytime you go to the mishap table, and you failed the survival, that's a removal from career.
Okay.
Yeah,
So removal from career this is how you got into the mishap tables to begin with. You'll also notice that each of the events has a 2 disaster roll in the mishap table, but you're not ejected from the career. They had that language specifically in because otherwise there'd be a little confusion as to I'm on the mishap table, am I leaving the career?
Okay.
So,
Right,
it really depends on what your path is.
Do I get the service skills, or do I get one of the service skills?
You get all the service skills because this is your first career.
Okay, because this is my first one. I get all of them. Okay,
Right, at level 0.
gotcha. Okay,
If you
all
didn't
right.
already have them, it better. So, okay, so you're doing performer, right?
Naturally,
Or artist?
I would think I'm a performer, honestly.
I think you are, yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
so let's do that survival roll. Int 5+.
All right, another 2d6 plus 1, 11. I survive.
Yep. Okay. Advancement. This one is an intelligence, or is a different dexterity 7+.
Okay. Same roll. It's a 4. I do not advance.
Oh well. So you're still a rank 0 performer.
Not
Roll
getting there yet.
events.
All right. Here we go. 10. One of your pieces of art is stolen, and the investigation brings you into the criminal underworld. Gain 1 of Streetwise 1, Investigate 1, Recon 1, or Stealth 1. Oh, wow. Someone stole my dishes. Okay.
Yeah. So choose a skill to gain, and no roll for this. But you gain it at 1.
Neat. I've already got.
Did you gain recon earlier?
I did gain recon earlier,
Okay.
so I could grab investigate 1.
Yep.
Which I will.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't advance, but I got into the criminal underworld as a celebrity chef somehow. Okay, sure.
Yeah, that's Traveler for you. Okay, AzureMountain.
Yep. So sticking with the scholar thing, I don't need to roll for qualification again, right?
Because you're already in, yeah.
All right. So what do I roll first?
Survival.
All right.
Oh, and DreadPriest has brought up a point in the side chat. Typically, officially, you would roll for mustering up benefits when you leave a career. Personally, I prefer to put all that off to the end of the character generation. Because money and equipment don't really matter until you get to the end.
I'm the chef from Futurama.
Yeah.
So I've survived.
Okay, so since you survived, that gets you 1 skills and training roll. Pick your column and then roll for which one.
And so with the skills and training one, the skills things, are those +1 or just set at 0?
+1.
Okay.
Which means you didn't have them, they'd be 0, but if you already had them, then increase the rank.
All right.
Also, I completely forgot I had the Discord overlay hidden on the stream screen. Oh, well.
So since I'm a scientist, does that mean on the lower rows, on the lower columns, I can only roll on scientist, or can I still roll on field researcher and physician?
So you'd only be able to roll on scientist, but you can pick from any of the personal development, service skills, or advanced education if you qualify for those. But yeah, field researcher and physician are for if you are a field researcher or physician.
Got it. So I'm going to go with the personal development. With a 4, so Dex +1.
Yep.
All right. So I guess I roll for events now.
So advancement first.
Okay. That's an advancement.
Right. So you get another rank and another skills and training roll.
Just a moment.
Also, I believe it makes you a rank 2 scientist, right?
Yep.
Which means you get electronics computer subset 1.
All right. So I get another skills and training.
Almost as if you have to be competent at computers to do high science in a science fiction setting.
Yep. So I'll go ahead and roll for scientist this time.
Okay.
That's a 2, which is engineer.
Right. And did you already have engineer?
I didn't know.
So now you have it at 0.
All right. And now event.
Yeah.
That's a 5.
You win a prestigious prize for your work, gathering both the praise and envy of your peers. Gain DM +1 to any one benefit roll. Keep that in mind for when we do benefits. Again, we're doing benefits at the end of character generation.
All right.
Yeah, so just note it down now and bring it back up when we get there. Okay, that's turn 2. So I believe Azure and Dread, we're going to do connection now.
Yep. I worked on the cybernetic eye that he has. It's up with that thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
what skills would they give each of you?
So we get any one skill, yeah?
Except for Jack of all trades.
Right.
They can possibly give you gun combat as like the training to shoot again with the
I was thinking I might take recon as well.
Okay, let me try to find where this one's.
Not entirely sure yet, though.
So what, did you hot jump into where there were a bunch of wounded and search for him?
Probably not.
It was a Black Ops mission.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. What's something else?
Oh, I thought it was you get a skill from the other person. So
No,
let me
you get
find
a
the
skill.
chart
Just any skill.
Hmm. And so is this a +1 to the skill or just
Yep,
override?
+1.
Okay, +1. So
That said, it's usually better to put this on something you're not going to be getting from your career, but which may be useful.
right. Let's see.
And for the benefit of the stream while they're choosing, this is explicitly meant to avert the campaign beginning of, right, you all meet at a starport. In Traveler, you will all know each other to some degree and get struck into exploration right away.
Yeah, quite a few systems have that sort of thing. I've noticed lately is let's build out connections first off, so we don't have to start out strangers.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking I'll take explosives as like that's why I lost the.
That's fair.
Mhm.
And I can guarantee there will be at least one more likely situation during this adventure which may call for explosives.
Yeah, Dresden, which I think is based on Fate. Yeah, Fate has the whole connection aspects thing.
Yeah.
I sort of sidestepped that when I did Cinematic Universe by making the 3-act aspects all like solo, but normally they're, at least in core, they're meant to be like you form them with the other player characters.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go ahead and get a +1 to mechanic, which would put me at mechanic 1.
Okay. And that's turn 2. Starting up turn 3. DragonBard.
Yes.
Okay, so unless you are changing career or being forced to change career, you're going to start with the survival roll from now on.
All right.
And so the rest of these should go a little faster because it's survive. Did you survive? If so, get a skill and then see if you rank up. If you rank up, get another skill and possibly an automatic from the ranks and bonuses, and then event.
All right.
Okay. I do believe I survived.
I think that's a survival, yes.
Okay. Now, table. We're going to go off of intelligence.
Okay.
Deception. That can be useful. Advancement is next, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or event?
Advancement, then event.
Okay.
That's an advancement.
Yep.
And so that's rank 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gain investigate 1.
All right.
Okay, and then another skills and training, and then your event.
Oh, and yeah, that's right. So another skills and training, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll go personal development.
Always a good one.
Athletics. And then event.
Life event,
Ooh, life event.
which is basically roll another 2d6 and it's another table down on page 44.
Yep.
6. New relationship. You have become involved in a romantic relationship. Gain an ally.
Yep. All right.
In other tables, I sometimes have that one ping to another player character. In this one, I think we're going to pass on that.
Okay.
DreadPriest.
What do I want to do this time?
So you pick a career and you try to get in. If you fail to get in, you can submit to the draft, which can possibly get you back in career, possibly even the Marines.
Well, I was thinking of just the try for the Marines again.
Go for it. Because again, if you fail, you can go for the draft and try to get into the Marines a second time.
Oh, I'm clearly in.
Oh yeah, they like you back. They just had to officially disqualify you. Okay, support Star Marine or Ground Assault.
I think I'll go for support this one.
Okay. Gain a rank in any one service skill.
I'll do gun combat.
All right. Check survival.
I cleared that time.
Yep. Okay, so you already got the basic training. So advancement for any a military thing is first you try to commission and then you try to advance.
Okay.
So it sets the advancement role, but I'm going to allow that to apply to commission as well. From your last term's event. So your Soch is 4.
Yeah, so it's a +2 -1.
Right. So 2d6 minus 1, beat an 8, or so effectively 2d6 plus 1, 8 or better.
I made it.
Yep. So congratulations, Lieutenant. And commission kind of qualifies as an automatic advancement in that you get a skills and training roll from that, although you can't roll advance and commission in the same term.
Do I have the education 8? I have education 6, so
yeah. On the other hand, since you are now commissioned, you can roll on the officer column.
okay. And do I get the bonus for having in the rank 0 enlisted bonus skill?
Yes.
From the previous one? Okay.
From both of them.
All right. So
you get a gun combat any or 2 instances of gun combat any or melee blade 1. So probably you want melee blade and then any one gun combat as well.
yeah. One thing I'm gonna notice my push to talk button changes me off the tab I'm on.
Well.
So it's one of those I try to type and I'm typing on an entirely different document.
Okay, so once you got all of those, roll your skills and training for having become an officer. So from any personal development, service skills, officer, or support.
Okay. Oh, I'm thinking, what are the options for gun combat? I'm assuming it's like pistol, rifle.
No. It's slug thrower energy. I think there may be 1 or 2 others. Let me check. Archaic energy and slug. So laser pistols and Gauss pistols are different, but Gauss pistols and Gauss rifles are the same skill. And both are something completely else.
I'm just wondering, what are we going to run into for this?
Energy and slug are the most likely, and you don't know in advance which one you're going to run into. On the other hand, you do know which one you're going to carry with you, and that's pretty much what matters for gun combat.
Yeah, I think I'll go with energy.
Okay.
Okay, so I can roll on support, officer, or personal development, correct?
Or service skills. You always have personal development and service skills as options, regardless of what else you have.
I'll roll on the officer table,
Okay.
which I also get leadership 1 because I got the
Yeah. Like I said,
officers.
yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's advocate. Okay, and then roll an event. Trapped behind enemy lines, you have to survive on your own. Gain 1 of survival 1, stealth 1, deception 1, or streetwise 1. No roll for this. Just pick one. And you do get out automatically this time.
Wait, what?
So gain any one of survival 1, stealth 1, deception 1, or streetwise 1. That's a mechanical effect.
Okay, I was just the get out automatically. Implication was that I got the commission. Oh yeah, and then out the door.
No, you were trapped behind enemy lines and you survived on your own.
So I'm guessing that's why I got the commission. I'll go with survival 1.
That would be a good explanation, yes. Okay, Newbiespud.
Eesh, lost your eye on a Black Ops mission, then stranded behind enemy lines.
I almost want to say these were the continuation of the same mission.
I mean, he had to take a break.
Yeah, I was counted. Okay, I think I got it. I was counted as missing an action because I got trapped behind enemy line.
And okay.
Yes, you almost certainly got a medal upon getting back.
All right then. So is that for Dread?
Yep, and it's your turn.
All right, surviving in the entertainment industry as a performer. I do succeed.
Yep.
So I will roll on probably the personal development table.
Mm-hmm.
And get Jack of all trades 0, I guess.
Yep. So hope you get it again, but
I have doubts. So roll for advancement then. I do advance. I'm now a rank 1 performer, which gives me an additional dex.
Yeah.
Which brings me to dex A, which is still a +1, I think.
Yep.
Okay. And I get to make another skills and training roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will go for advanced education. And I get deception, so I'm at deception 1. Because I'm a performer and therefore a good liar.
Mm-hmm.
And then I roll an event, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 4, which says you're part of your homeworld celebrity circles. Gain one of Carouse 1, Persuade 1, Steward 1, or a contact.
Given this campaign, I would recommend against a contact.
Yeah.
You probably do want Steward, actually, because you're a chef.
What is the Steward skill?
Taking care of passengers, attending to nobles, knowing what nobles want. Cooking a good meal is explicitly steward skill.
Oh, well, yeah, I want steward.
Yeah, you want steward.
Wow, okay, yeah. Profession
This
chef
isn't
made
part
you
of this isn't part of celebrity chef. This is part of actually cooking.
Yeah.
So now you have some actual skill behind all the profession you did. Although,
I know how to work in a kitchen, but now I'm actually good at it.
Yeah.
All right, that's very good. All right, I think that's my round then.
Yep, Azure.
All right. Roll for survival. I survived.
Mm-hmm.
So now that's another skills and training.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to go with personal development again. A 6 this time, which is language. That doesn't help a whole lot. So is there any benefit to increasing my language from 0 to 1?
So you gain another language. So in this case, probably you got Givag and Trok.
All right. Well, I have both of the languages now.
Mm-hmm. And so it is said, the common language of humanity is Anglic, which explicitly derives from English.
All right.
There are many other languages about, but those are the 3 that matter for this campaign.
Now for advancement. Once again, a success.
Mm-hmm. So that's a rank 3 scholar, was it?
Yep, rank 3 scientist. So I get investigate 1.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm going to roll in the service skills with a 6. So that's a +1 to science.
So either so you already had science, right?
Yeah, I've got a science just in general 0 and science cybernetics 1.
Right. So you can either increase science cybernetics or pick up another specialty at 1.
I'm So if I increase my cybernetics to 2 and then eventually get rank 5 scientist.
You can pick up as rank 2 in any other specialty.
Okay.
Because it just gives you a science 2.
Yep. So I'll just increase my cybernetics to 2.
Okay.
And now for that event. That's a 6 again.
Yep. So advanced training. So roll education. Try to get 8+.
That's a 9.
Got it. So any one skill of your choice at level 1. Obviously, not the same one that you just picked up at level 1.
Yep. So let's see. I guess I'll get recon at level 1.
Okay. And with that, do we want to do any connections this turn?
We've all done 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This is the end of term 3, and by the end of term 6, I would like everyone to have done at least 2, so they get both skills.
Roger.
Also, for note, it's been 4 years per term, so all of you are now 30 years old.
Right. Good to know. I'm a local celebrity on my home world. And I'm finally starting to make my name as a performer. I'm not sure if that really connects to anyone else at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll probably pass this round then.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm having a feeling I'll pass as well, just because the, trap behind enemy lines, Marine.
Fair.
Yeah, me
Okay.
as well, I think.
Yeah, we got 3 more terms, so yeah. Okay, term 4. DragonBard first.
Yep. Okay. Yep, helps if I click in the right place again.
Yeah, a little, yes.
Ooh, barely survived that time.
Barely surviving is still surviving.
Yep. Let's see. Let's go on service skills this time.
Okay.
Two, so that's drive.
Yep.
Oh, we'll go with wheel. At 1.
Yep. And then for advancement. Also, just so no one has to look it up. So the drive specialties are hovercraft, mole, track, walker, and wheel. Yes, you can actually drive underground vehicles here.
I think that was implied well enough
Breaching
with Mole.
drill.
Yes. And then walker is what you use to pilot mecha.
It's taking a while to think about this advancement roll. Ooh.
But you put it in, right?
Yeah.
I see you got an 8.
Yep. So that's advanced to rank 3. Which is no bonus this time.
Yep, you're
Got
still a
another
field agent.
Skill. So we'll go on personal development this time. 3. Ooh, my endurance went up. And then event, which is a 7, another life event.
Yep, so roll 2d6 again.
Yep.
7. Gain a new contact.
Okay.
Okay, DreadPriest.
I'm thinking I'll stick with the Marines again.
Okay. By the way, there is also an aging thing that happens at the end of this turn, but I'll get to that after everyone's turn is done.
There is a dog in the background. There we go.
Okay, so I survived this turn again.
Mm-hmm. Skills and training.
I think I'll do the training and support. And the skill, I think I'll pick up athletics.
You got to roll for it, right?
Well,
Yeah.
that was one of those. I'm still kind of confused. You're saying the skill, is that like a pick
So
it up when you
pick
join the career?
You pick the column that you can do, and then you roll in the column.
I'll pick, okay, the column is going to be support.
So roll 1d6. 2, you get a level mechanic. Which makes sense that this is what support does. Okay, and then advancement.
It'll be education 7+. I have a 6, which is a -1 or a 0.
0. A 5 would be -1, but a 6 is just 0.
Made
You
it.
advance. Congratulations, Captain. So another skills and training. Pick a column and then roll it.
I'll roll on the officer table.
Okay. Tactics. And since you didn't already have tactics, that's just 0, right? Or no, you did have
I
tactics.
did, because military academy, so it will be tactics 1.
Right, which means that you need to pick the specialty. Specialties are military or naval. Given this Marines, I think you probably want military.
Yeah.
Okay, and then event. Event 9. A mission goes disastrously wrong due to your commander's error or incompetence, but you survive. Do you report your commanding officer for their failure, or do you say nothing and protect them?
Your career has been
Yeah.
storied.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
it's one of those. I could get him as an enemy and gain +2 on my next advancement roll, or gain him as an ally, which
Yeah.
a character I'm not sure is going to be too much effective for the campaign.
Right. Well, metagame reporting them would be probably the better choice, but it is your
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah, I'll report him because it's one of those. I've survived several disastrous missions, and this was horrid.
Yeah. And this was not my fault for once. Okay, so
I
DM
don't
plus
know
2.
if any of them were his fault.
Well, this one clearly wasn't.
Yeah.
So DM plus 2 to his next advancement roll. But that'll be turn 5. Newbiespud.
All right, time to see if I still hack it as a performer. I don't survive.
Right, so a mishap and then an event.
Oh, man.
So is
Okay.
this where he learned to cook intelligent people?
Whoa, hey now.
Well, let's see what the mishap is. Roll 1d6.
6. I'm forced out because of censorship or controversy. What truth did I get too close to? I get +2 to my next qualification roll for my next career.
That's
Okay.
the best possible mishap.
How? Wait. So what? What scandal? What did I get
So-
too close to?
What did
Soylent
you get close to?
Greens?
I don't. In the world of celebrity chefs.
Probably how tasty kukri are.
That would be an appropriate truth for this campaign.
I guess that I discovered that there was a widespread practice, and nearly threatened to expose it.
So, for the record, Kukri are centaur-like creatures who are militant vegetarianisms. They believe that any alien that wants to eat meat is an unholy abomination that needs to be put down or converted to vegetarianism. As a result, they wage open war against the Imperium and the Vargar and a whole bunch of others just over what they choose to eat.
Oh,
They believe that any meat eater will eventually inherently want to eat Kukri. Just because that actually happened to them back on their first world, so they assume all aliens are like that if they eat meat.
and then I discovered that was actually true.
Not only that, but also possibly that because these guys are so offensively aggressive over this the fact that some of them take them at their word and actually do hunt them down and make up recipes for how to cook them.
Well, that's awful on so many levels. I guess no, yeah, I guess if my bosses were just involved in that, I probably wouldn't want to stick around anymore in that industry.
That's but one of the options, but certainly an appropriate one for this campaign, if you want to take that.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Why not? Why not? I guess I'm looking for a new job now.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what event happens to you.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, this point in my life is taking a freaking turn.
Yeah.
Welcome to my life.
So event
you
8.
you have you have the opportunity to criticize or even bring down a questionable political leader on your homeworld. If you refuse and support the leader, you gain nothing. If you accept, you gain an enemy and roll R to persuade 8. If you succeed, okay. This is the same event now.
Yeah, possibly. I assume that you are accepting and you're rolling, right?
Yeah, I'm rolling. I'm accepting and rolling. R to persuade 8. But they're both at so art is at 1. My art performer is at 1, so I'll add that. Do I add a trait?
And if you're using art, I'll let you add your education modifier to this.
Oh, heck yes. All right.
Just because it narratively makes sense.
10. I succeed. I gain a level in any skill I already have. I guess I'll just make that steward so I can be a really good chef.
Well, you had Jack of all trades 0, didn't you?
Oh, I did have Jack of all trades 0. I can just bring that to Jack of all trades 1, can't I?
And make it useful now.
Yay! And yeah, so I I took down a questionable political leader and got fired for it. For, basically uncovering a sentient centaur meat ring.
Yeah.
Yep.
Holy crap. Okay.
And I think I see a connection now.
Oh, maybe.
Let's get to that after Azure's turn.
Yep.
And after the 18 rolls. Azure.
Yeah. I've survived. So.
Oh boy, did you survive.
Yeah. So if I roll on the personal development, would it be alright if I re-rolled if I got a 6? Since language would be completely useless at this point.
Technically, I shouldn't allow that, but I'll allow it.
Alright. It's a 4 anyway, so.
+1 dex.
Putting me at a B for dexterity.
Yep. Advancement.
Yep. I did not advance this time.
Okay. Event.
That's a 10.
You become entangled in a bureaucratic or legal morass that distracts you from your work. Gain 1 of Admin 1, Advocate 1, Persuade 1, or Diplomat 1.
You got caught up in the same issue as Spud.
Well, I've already got Diplomat 0 and Advocate 0. So I think I'll get Admin 1.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Paperwork related to the political figure coming down.
Oh.
Okay, because this is the end of the 4th term, aging starts to set in. So each of you needs to roll 2d on 2d minus the number of terms has been, so 2d minus 4. Try to get at least a 1. If you get a -1 or if you get a 0 or less, I'll say what happened, but try to get a 1 or better.
2d6 minus 4, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that was close.
2.
Okay. Nobody suffers any effects.
Hooray.
Excellent.
We age
You would lose
gracefully.
physical characteristics if you got a 0 or less, and the lower the more you'd lose. But that's why we're cutting it at 6, because after 6, the odds are really good that you start losing stuff.
Gotcha.
Okay, connections.
Wow, it seems like that whole political fallout kind of splashed out to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So DragonBard, what was your connection idea?
Well, since I'm a agent in intelligence, perhaps I was investigating this ring that you uncovered.
Yeah.
So you became one of my sources.
I guess so. And I got the chance to take him down myself as well, with you sort of helping on the spy side.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm extremely okay if you take that.
Okay. Are you going to take a skill from it as well?
Yeah, I might as well, yeah, since this is my chance to do that. I need to look over the skill list again.
Okay, in the meantime, Azure, you would have done something. Do we just want to get all four of you in on this? Dread, can you see a way that you'd be involved in this?
Well, supply mission, and that like kicks over the scandal possibly.
Yeah, what was in those supply crates?
Yeah, because the mission goes bad. It goes into the bureaucratic field, which brings Azure in to test the rations, like the supply rations we were giving out as relief supplies, and then it drags everyone else.
Sure. There's no rule against a four-way connection here.
All right.
So everybody gets a skill from it that's related to the story.
I'll go ahead and bump up my investigation to 2.
What would apply and also be useful from this?
And if you guys don't mind, I'm going to take a brief break, take care of something here while you guys are choosing. I'll be
Sure
back in a
thing.
moment.
Yeah.
All right.
I might take. Let's see, because advocate or admin might be interesting with.
Mm-hmm. So advocate is like advocating on behalf of people. So often it's pointed to as like lawyer.
Yeah, I got rank 0, I want to say, from the officer role for second term.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's one of those I'm debating for it because, like, I could take like a recon or something else, but it's one of those what ties in with the story with it.
It seems like most of us have at least rank 0 in advocate.
I do not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
trying to decide. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if taking another rank and investigate, or if I should go with something like electronics, with the idea that it was, doing some bugging.
Thinking I might take a rank in diplomat, honestly. I don't have that
That
yet.
would not be bad.
Yeah. Diplomat 0 it is. Because I had to both, like, defend this, accusation and also make the right deals to make sure he went down and there wasn't we didn't actually actually start a war over this, which is kind of important. Because this could have started a war.
Yeah.
I'm going to step away for a bit as well.
All right.
Yeah, because I'm looking. There's like, if I do admin, like, what ranks do we have in admin that we know?
Yeah, I have 0.
I have 0 as well.
It's basic paperwork, but it's also used for, like, if you're in a starport and need to get your papers approved, etc. It's anything where you're dealing with bureaucracy, really.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm sort of debating that or like broker almost, because it's one of those. I may switch over to be like merchant, the merchant path at some.
Oh, dang, you're right though. I was thinking of that too.
Broker is useful in trade negotiations, is primarily what it's used for.
Yeah, which I'm not sure how much we're going to have in this case. So
I'm going to stick with diplomat.
I think I'm going to take electronics with the idea that I had to learn, or was dealing with a lot of records and all sorts of stuff. So I had to get better at that so I could put everything together in the package for sending it up the chain of command.
Just the combination of roles on this was just incredible.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's the point.
The horse meat incident that affected the whole that rang out across the galaxy.
Yep.
Well, it'll also be your official excuse for boarding this particular voyage. We'll get to that at the end of the sixth term.
Neat.
But no, it gives you a cover story.
Yeah. And there's a whole story there, kind of a sprawling narrative all on its own right there.
I'm almost, it's like, oh, what can we do with this and that, and we're just sorting things out.
Yeah, so I went with Diplomat 0 for my connection skill. Because I had to deal with powerful people to make this happen, and also not start a war in the process. Which is kind of a big ask for a big old celebrity chef. Oh, jeez.
It's just one of those. We've got at least one person, like most of the for one has advocates. I could bump that to 1. I could take admin as sort of the just dealing with all the paperwork and finding out where things were skimped from the military side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take a rank in admin.
All right, so everyone have their all done with term 4?
Azure still has to figure his, I think. Which one are you taking?
Investigation.
Azure? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So, round 5, term 5, DragonBard.
Yes. Okay. That's the wrong roll. Hey, look at that. I survived handily.
Yep.
I think we'll go with the intelligence table.
Okay.
That'll be
5 would be
first.
persuade. Okay. Advancement. That's an advancement.
Yep.
And I believe that brings you to Special Agent rank with Gun Combat 1.
Yep.
Means you have to select between Slug, Energy, or Archaic.
We'll go with Slug.
Okay. And then another skills and training.
I think we'll take advanced education this time.
All right.
Oh, another one in vac suit.
Yep. And then event.
Say 6. Education 8+ to increase anyone's skill you already have by 1 level.
Mm-hmm.
Education. Okay.
Got it. So what you do to training up?
So it has to be one I already have. Well, my dexterity is really low, so I think I'm going to take athletics dexterity bump the athletics from 0 to dexterity 1.
Okay. DreadPriest.
I just had a side question that I noted on this stuff, but I think I'll stick with the Marines again for this term.
Okay. So roll to survive, and then that looks like survival. So pick a skill. Or pick a skill in training column.
I'll do the personal development. Endurance.
Okay. Advancement. Also, your question in the chat. So you're asking, you took gun energy as a rank bonus, and then what did you mean by the enlisted skill was gun combat? Was that like?
That was the join in, get a service skill.
The join in, get a service skill, because it came from the skills and training column, was a +1 at the time.
Okay, so I already had a 0, so it became a plus. So that would it have become a +1 and then got? Oh, actually no. If I take the gun combat as the first term and then melee the second term, then it becomes a +2. So okay, that's how it works.
Then it becomes a 2, yeah. Right. It's just when you get it as a rank bonus, which comes first, it is set to 1, and then when you get the skills afterwards, it's a +1. But anything you get from the rank, if it doesn't say plus, then it is just what it says.
All right, that's it.
All right, so we were on the advancement roll.
Yep. Which gets a +2.
If your education's up there, yeah.
No, because the event.
Oh, right.
My
the
turn.
Event. So a roll was a +2 plus your education mod.
Passed handily.
Congratulations, Force Commander. Were you Force Commander already?
Captain, right?
I was captain because
right,
I got
Force Commander rank 3, so gain Tactics 1. You already had Tactics Military, right?
Yes.
So you probably want to take Tactics Naval, the other specialty for this one. Otherwise, it's just you gain Tactics Military 1 again.
Yeah, and this way it's one of those. At this point, I'm probably liaising with the Navy to transports.
Yeah. Make sure the supplies are correct this time.
Man, for a rough start in your career, you have gone places.
Yeah.
Okay, so another skills and training. Which column?
I'm thinking, because I'll roll on the support column again.
Okay. Five, heavy weapons.
Ooh. So this becomes a specialty. What are my choices?
Let me check. Specialties: artillery, man-portable, vehicle. I would suggest man-portable for this campaign because you're not going to get vehicles, and artillery range is longer than you're going to encounter.
Fair enough.
Whereas man-portable, it's possible, especially given you guys, that may come up in this campaign.
Yeah, all right, so event roll.
Event 7, life event. Roll 2d6 again. 8. Betrayal. You are betrayed in some fashion by a friend. If you have any contacts or allies, convert one into a rival or enemy, otherwise gain a rival or an enemy.
So there goes one of my allies that I had from school.
Yep. Possibly fallout from the meat incident.
They were involved?
Yeah. Who
How
knew?
could they?
Newbiespud, you're up.
All right, so I am out as an entertainer, right?
Right. You can try to get back into the career, or you can try any other career. Your choice.
Well, if I'm taking the Space Gordon Ramsay path.
I'm just saying there is the like merchant could be a possibility unless you want to try going naval.
I took a look at merchant and it was like you can, help out on Imperial ships, and I'm like, no. I'm going citizen. Gordon Ramsay's gonna go into business for himself.
That's fair.
Oh, and this side joke, the other comment is in the Traveler's Companion, there is the truther path, which is basically the demagogue. You just start preaching stuff.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Yes.
there is.
And I did say I would allow stuff from Traveler Companion if people wanted.
I don't have the Traveler Companion. Can I?
Here, I'll link it to you, Spud.
Yeah, let me. I'm tempted now. Because I am at a bit of a crossroads in this character.
Okay, so that starts on page 33. Do you want to read through that, and we'll get back to you after we do Azure's turn?
Maybe. Also, Dread, you didn't actually copy a link there. There we go.
I needed to actually, get your name brought up, so that's why I sent the quick ping so that I could actually drag and drop.
Gotcha.
Right.
All right. Yeah, I'll take a look at this thing.
Okay, so let's do Azure's turn while you look at it. Specifically, you want to check starting at page 33.
Got it.
Azure.
Yep. Let's see. That's survival. And I'm going to roll on personal development again. So that's int +1, which puts me to C, which is C still just +1, or is that +2?
C is +2,
Okay.
which takes effect immediately.
So now I have a +2 for my intellect.
For any future intellect rolls, including anyone on this term, for the rest of this term.
Which is helpful for my advancement.
Exactly.
That's a success.
Yep.
So I'm now a rank 4 scientist.
No special bonus at this
And-
rank.
Yep.
Skills and training.
I'm gonna go with service skills.
Okay.
It's a 1, which is drive. Not useful, but oh well. Puts me at drive 1.
Right. Pick a specialty if you want. You technically have to go. Is that probably not that useful? And then roll an event.
Just a moment. I need to take a look at the drive specialty. None of these really matter for this, do they?
Probably not. So, just pick one.
All right. I'll go with...
You want to have walkers on your home world, or you want to do mech on your home world? Just pick walker.
Yeah, walker's probably also a good thing for science in general.
Yeah.
Now for the event. That's a 10 once again.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this time. I'll get Advocate 1.
Okay.
And that's that.
Newbiespud, have you had a chance to read over the Truther?
Yeah, it's terrifying slightly. And also seems to require a fair bit of investment.
Did you want to go for that, or did you want to try something else?
It's terribly amusing. I just don't think it's going to be very relevant, especially for the campaign you've got lined up. So I think I'm going to go with my original idea and go Citizen.
Okay. Roll to enter to Citizen.
Okay, so that's 2d6 plus 3 for education.
Right, as in basically auto pass.
Yep.
Well, okay, DM -1 because you did have a previous career. So if you roll a 2 natural, you didn't. Yeah.
So I got a 10. So, but yeah, which is a pass.
You're in. So corporate worker or colonist?
Corporate.
Okay. Roll survival.
Okay. It's going to be social, which is 9, so plus 1 for me. I get the maximum.
Yeah, you still survived. Skills and training. And any one of the service skills for your basic training. This is your first term in a new career. It's automatically service skills.
Right. So I get one of those.
Yeah. Since this is not your first career.
Right.
But you do get to choose, and I'm suspecting you want steward.
I can just get another +1 in steward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that. Steward 2.
Okay.
And
advancement.
Advancement. That's an interesting question.
2d6 plus your int mod.
Oh, sorry. Right. Yeah. Survival. I just got the service skills, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So
for first term in a new career. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then 2 service plus 1 for advancement because my int is +1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Nope. So event.
Okay.
Life event. Roll 2d7 again, or 2d6 again.
How many of those have we had?
A few.
I think this is the third life event.
It's the most common roll on a 2d6, so.
Yeah. 7 again. Gain a contact.
All right. Gained a contact in my corporate citizen field.
Okay, now everyone 2d6 -5 for the aging roll. Again, try to get a 1 or better.
2d6 -5.
Yeah, because this is the end of the 5th term.
Made it.
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody loses anything.
Good. We are still aging gracefully.
If anyone wants to connect, go ahead. No skills because you already got the 2 connection skills.
I mean, I've fallen from grace and fallen into as a. My interpretation is that I'm basically like starting my own brand and business and trying to sell products now.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Just saying that could be a potential crossover with the military. Like if you're doing like food supplies and such, that could be like military rations, like MREs.
Gordon Ramsay branded MREs. I don't know if I want that to be reality. Nah, I'll pass.
Okay. If nobody else, then let's get on to the final term.
Okay.
DragonBard.
Survival. Survived again.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go service skills. Streetwise, which will bump me up to 1 on that.
Yep, and then advancement.
Okay.
Yeah, just
So I advance again.
Rank 5 science, right?
Rank 5 intelligence. So
Oh,
assistant director.
Yep, no skill or bonus, but yeah. Note, by the way, that getting to rank 5 means you're going to get a bonus on the mustering out rolls.
Yep.
So that by itself was good. Okay, skill and training.
We'll take this last one on personal development.
Okay. Int +1.
Wow. Takes me up to B. Still just a +2. Okay, and now the event.
Advanced training in a specialist field.
Okay.
Edu 8+.
Got it.
Okay, pick a skill you have, increase by a level.
We'll increase investigate to 2.
Okay. DreadPriest.
one second, just typing something fast. Okay, I think I'll stick with the Marines and then finally muster out at the end. So, survival roll. And since I went up to 12, that is now a +2.
Okay.
Well, squeaked it.
Good enough. Life is easier in the support services.
Yeah. But it's harder to advance. Oh well. What do I want to roll on?
Okay. And then, so skill and training?
I'm thinking I'll roll an officer again, because at this level it's dealing a lot more with the higher end stuff.
Yep. Admin, which is dealing with the higher end brass, yeah. Okay, advancement.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so final event.
Frontline in planetary combat.
Which is not what support is supposed to be doing.
So, but looking at it, gun combat 1, I already have a gun combat 2, so
Right.
technically could get another specialization in it if I wanted, I guess.
Right.
Question mark? Or recon or electronics comm. I'll take recon.
Okay. Newbiespud.
All right, here we go. My fall from grace, I guess. Had one heroic moment, and now I'm just trying to get by. All right, I survive as a corporate citizen. Which, I will go ahead and roll on the corporate table. And gain a broker 0, looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Broker is the mercantile skill, getting good prices to sell stuff and good prices to buy stuff.
Nice. So I have basic competence.
Basic confidence in running your own business.
Yay.
Advancement.
All right. I do advance. I am a rank 1 corporate citizen,
which doesn't give you anything, but
jack squat. All right.
But it does give you another skill and training roll.
Yeah, and I think I'll, for this very last one, I'll just do personal development.
Good choice.
Education +1.
Which is actually wasted since you're already at the maximum.
Yeah, oh well.
But it was worth a gamble. If you had Gambler, you'd get more money, and Jack of all trades would be up to 2. But oh well.
Ah well.
Event.
Right. 4. You spend time maintaining and using heavy vehicles, either as part of your job or as a hobby. Increase mechanic, drive, electronics, flyer, or engineer by 1 level. That's interesting. I basically have none of those at all. Period.
Right.
Oh, actually, I do have drive 0 right now.
Right. I will say that mechanic, electronics, or engineer may be useful. And does anyone have engineer yet?
I do. I've got an engineer at 0.
Okay.
I'm going to say electronics.
Okay.
Electronics 0.
All right. Azure.
Yep. That's surviving.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna roll on the personal development again. The 5, which is endurance +1, which puts me at 9. So now I have a +1 to endurance.
Mm-hmm. Advancement?
Yep. I advanced, so now I'm a rank 5 scientist, and I gain a science 2.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, what's a good science thing? Probably robotics. I'll go with robotics 2.
Sure.
So I've got robotics 2 and cybernetics 2.
Right. And then since you advanced, another skill and training roll.
Yeah. I'll go with service skills. Electronics. So I'll just bump my computers up to 2.
Okay. And final event.
Five.
You win a prestigious prize for your work, garnering both the praise and envy of your peers. Gain DM +1 to any one benefit roll, which is about to matter.
So I've got 2 of those.
Mm-hmm. Right.
In addition, I'm also rank 5, so
yeah.
So does that mean I get DM +2 on 2 of them?
Yeah.
All right.
And DM +1 to the rest. Okay, so let's do the final aging check. So 2d6 minus 6 from everybody.
Ooh.
Okay, then.
Okay, so -2 is reduce all 3 physical characteristics by 1.
I had just gotten my endurance
Yep.
to be...
Well, that's why we're stopping here.
Yeah. So my endurance is back down to 0. And
Your
none of
endurance
my
modifier.
modifiers change for anything else.
Your endurance modifier is to 0. If your endurance was 0,
Yeah.
that would be a problem. Yeah.
My endurance modifier is back to 0. And the other
Okay.
modifiers don't change.
Okay, so mustering out benefits. So you get 1 roll for each term that you survived on the relevant career table. So, for instance, Newbiespud, you get 3 rolls in Entertainer +2 on Citizen. If you got to rank 5 or 6 in that field, then you get a DM +1 for benefits. If you had Gambler, or sorry, if you get a DM +1. If you had Gambler, you get another DM +1 just for cash. And then, of course, any modifiers to benefits rolls that were rolled up during the events.
Mm-hmm.
So, DragonBard, you want to go through it first? Show everyone how it's done?
Sure. And are we doing the extra benefit rolls for rank as well?
Yes.
Okay, so if my math isn't wrong, I have 8 rolls to do.
Right. Yeah, so if you get to rank 3 or 4, that's +1 roll, and if it's 5 or 6, then it's +2 rolls in addition to that DM +1.
So I've got 9 rolls.
Or actually, wait a minute. Rank 1 or 2 is +1 roll, 3 or 4 is +2, 5 or 6 is +3, and a DM +1.
Where does it say you get to make these extra
Table
rolls?
44, or page 44.
Yep.
Okay.
Just past life events. Or on that same page.
Right. Note, by the way, that this is per career.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
okay.
Right, so Newbiespud, you're reaching rank 1 or 2, and then reaching rank 3 or 4 in those separate careers means you get 3 total plus benefit rolls from rank.
I only reached Entertainer 1 and Citizen 1, so...
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you reached Entertainer 3.
No, I think I might have reached Entertainer 2, maybe, but yeah, so it's Entertainer 2, Citizen 1, so I get 2 extra total.
Yeah, right. And those are specifically allocated to each career's table.
Yep.
Between your total rolls, you can only take up to 3 cash rolls, and it's recommended that you do take all 3 cash rolls. If you roll a ship or a ship share, there's a special rule for this adventure. We'll get into that. Basically, since you can't have a ship, you'll get compensatory credits instead. But we'll get into that if anyone rolls ship or ship shares.
Okay. I'm going to start with, let's see, and I get a DM +1 in all rolls for my rank. So I'm going to do my 3 cash rolls first. It's nice. What one is? That's only 7,500. And then
So you got a 6, a 4, and a 5 for the cash rolls.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 42500 credits. 42,500.
Yep.
And then the rest of your rolls are benefits.
Yep. Okay. 4. A weapon. Soch +1 or combat implant. Do I need to pick which one now?
You need to pick which one before we are done with this session, but for now you just note it and keep going.
Okay. Same one again.
Right. In case, for instance, that you get the same benefit twice, and some of these things, if you get them twice, you can combine them into one super expensive thing.
Right.
And which
Let's see.
chart are you rolling on?
He's rolling on the mustering out benefits column, agent table, page 20.
Okay, I was wondering if he was on Noble for some reason.
No, he did his terms in agent, so he rolls on agent.
All right.
Yep.
Just for some reason, I thought he had done Noble stuff, but yeah.
He has the social deducive, but he chose to do agent instead.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. So I'm at 5, and I have 8 total.
Yep, keep rolling.
3.
So that's a ship share.
Is this my last roll?
You said you had 8 total?
Yeah, so I got the money, all 3 on money, then a weapon, Soch
And I
+1,
said 7
Soch
total, so
+1,
you
and
get one
ship
more.
share. Yeah, one more. This is the last one.
So for the ship shares, I'm going to just change it to a flat 100,000 credits each.
100,000 each?
Right. So like some of the
Okay.
other tables say 2 ship shares, so that would be 200,000 for that particular one. And since you had 2 times 1 ship share, that's 2 times 100,000.
Okay, and now I need to go look up combat implants real quick.
Right. So theoretically, by Carrigen, you're only supposed to be able to spend a little bit of your money before the campaign starts. But considering as this is going to be a one-shot, I'm going to let you spend up to all of the money that you have, just so long as you have it spent before next term or next session.
Mhm.
So I'll let you like spend a couple weeks between now and next session figuring out, okay, here's the equipment charts, what do I want to buy?
Right.
Okay, so combat implant. Gain any augmentation with a limit of 50,000 credits, and if you roll this benefit again, then you may or increase the one you already possess by 1 level. This may take it above the credit and technology level limit. So, but the 1 level is they have some of them that give you a stat of +1, so that would be +2 or that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, for me, if you have 2 of them, I allow just pick any one combat implant or any one combat related implant. Bust the credit and technology level limit, so long as it's not like a +3. Since having 2 of them will only let you do a +2. But like if you wanted to do a high-end neural mesh or something like that, which normally wouldn't be able to in this limit, then yeah, you could do it with 2 combat implant rolls. Anyway, so you have your stuff, and then while you're figuring it out, DreadPriest.
Okay, so I got 8 rolls with +1. I'm going to roll the cash together because I figured out how to do that.
Right. Now, keep in mind that your first Marine career was technically a separate career for these purposes.
Ah.
So your first roll doesn't get a plus.
Okay, in that case, I'll just roll that as just pure cash. Try and get rid of that.
Okay. So roll it, 1d6. And that gets you 5,000 from your first career. And then you roll your rolls for your second Marine career.
Okay. So it's just total of 3 cash rolls?
Yeah, between all of your rolls. So you're
okay.
so you
That was 2 5s because I forgot the +1 on those.
Okay, so that's 20,000 each, so that's a total of 45,000 credits. And the rest of your rolls are benefits.
Okay, so I've got 5 rolls left.
Okay, roll 'em. Okay, so that's int +1, a weapon, Traveler's Aid Society membership, social +2, and then armor or endurance. And the armor is anything up to 10,000 credits and tech level 12. Note, by the way, technology advances are ranked in levels. 15 is the maximum that Imperial Society knows. What we are at right now, IRL, is about tech level 8, and then 0 is the Stone Age. Jump drive, which allows interstellar technology, is invented at the end of tech level 9. It's technically counted as tech level 9. And then 12 is the rough normal for Imperial Society. Okay, so you can figure out the choice between the armor or the endurance, and then spend the rest of your money on equipment between now and next session.
Yeah, and then get the weapon, which will probably be like a service sidearm.
Yeah. The weapon is a limit of 1,000 credits in tech level 12. So yeah, it's probably a pistol of some sort. Note, by the way, that this isn't the Wild West. There are a bunch of places which have strict law limits as to what weapons you can bring aboard. That said, this particular liner that the adventure is taking place on is a little permissive. Newbiespud.
All right, so I've got 4 roles in Entertainer and 3 in Citizen, so that's mostly recommended. Mostly is going to be cash, right?
Well, 3 of them as cash, and let's see, Entertainer versus Citizen. I would take 3 of the Entertainer rolls as cash, just because the Entertainer rolls average better cash than the Citizen does.
Yeah, it really does.
Damn.
So start with those.
All right, and I don't have any like bonuses to any of this, so it's just a straight D6.
Yep.
I'll chat with you later, Wayne, because it looks like 2,000 is the minimum.
Grand total of 20 grand.
Yeah. Yeah, Dread. Yes, it actually is that limited.
Social standing +1, so which means it's an A. Hooray. And then we go to the Citizen table.
Yeah, Dread, if you really want, I'll allow you to take it as a credit of 1,000 against the real weapon you want to.
The other option, I'll just switch energy to slug, and that'll solve.
Okay, fair.
So across all of your careers, you can only take 3 cash, right?
Right.
Okay, so I'll just.
So these rolls have to all be benefits.
Oh, that's fine then, because yeah, I doubt I was going to roll the lucky 6 on this a bunch of times in a row.
Yeah.
That's a gun. I have a gun. Okay.
You had gun combat, right?
No.
Well, you're gonna get training from an ex-Marine.
Sure, I am. I get a ship share, which you said was just what, a 10,000?
100,000.
100,000 credits. All right. That was 2. This is my last one. I get EDU plus.
Right. Under the circumstances, I'll allow you to swap the gun benefit for a gun combat 0. Just so you have the training, and then you can spend the cash to buy a gun if you want.
Sure, I'll get gun combat 0. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, technically that's a little more generous than the rule allows, but under the circumstances, sure. Azure.
Yep. So, gonna start off with rolling my 2 +2s in the cash. So that's a 7 and a 3. So 120,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So you're only taking 2 cash rolls?
no, I'm making a third one. I just only have 2 +2s.
Oh, right.
So the other one's a 4. So that's 150,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have 6 more rolls in the benefits section.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just benefit again. So I get +3 to education, putting me at, let's see, that'd be a D.
Mm-hmm.
And then 437. I get 2 ship shares, a lab ship.
Right, so the ship shares is 200,000, and I'm just going to make it the straight mega credit, 1 million credits.
All right.
Technically, that would be a slight gimp because the lab ship is the best ship you can get in the game. But for this short campaign, you're not going to get to your ship. If you were actually running this for real, then no, you would have the party ship out of that.
Yep. And then I also get +1 social, which puts me up to 6, which means I have a 0 for my social modifier.
Okay.
All right.
And that's character generation. And this is the state that your characters are at when we start the game.
Neat.
Now, as for the specific rules that I wanted, so I believe we have 2 characters here who have at least Soch A.
Yes, I have Soche.
Okay, and DragonBard as well. So all 4 of you are going on this liner because supposedly there's a Kukri ambassador who's trying to make a journey across the Imperium to show that Kukri and Imperium can be friends. This is almost the far side of the Imperium from where the Kukri are.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't really a galactic west and east, it's spinward and trailing, but in that axis, the Kukri are on one side, this adventure takes place on the other side. So, officially, since you 4 were involved in the meat incident and debunking what went on, all 4 of you were invited as minor passengers on what is anticipated to be one of the last major legs of this ambassador's trip to Regina, which is the spinward capital of the Imperium. That's your cover story. So Newbiespud and DragonBard characters are told that, hey, so we were having this little soiree for the Knights on board. Just a little challenge to you guys. You 2 know each other. There are 3 other Knights on board. Try to find them.
Okay.
Just find them and speak to them.
Okay.
Okay, that's that one. Let's see. List. Let's see, the Black Ops scientist. So, Azure is the only scholarly type, the only one who really knows cybernetics and stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone else, please do not metagame this, but I'm just saying this for the session and for our audience benefit. Azure, you were involved in the research project, pulling up archives of a older tech, attempt to implant personalities, human cognition into wafers, basically silicon chips, that can be plugged into certain varieties of cybertech and used to augment personal experiences. It's a well-known tech. It's centuries old. On the other hand, it's also kind of specialized. And so supposedly were these wafers created back in the 3rd century as the Imperium that have been serving as agents useful for like extreme black ops stuff, and they were coded to expire around the year 1000, and it's now year 1105. So you got your hands on one of them, and you decided to remove the expiry limit, try to make it work better and work across gender and species boundaries and all that. Well, it worked, and it escaped. And it's malfunctioning, and it seems to think that the Imperial High Brass, probably including the local Duke, is all traitors to the Imperium and need to be assassinated. You're not sure where it is, but you're pretty sure it got somewhere on the ship. You need to find it and take it out without raising an alarm. You think you can trust the other 3, you think, but you'll have to talk to them to see.
Great.
Right. DreadPriest, ex-Marine. So the chief engineer on this liner that you're going to be going on is a decorated and very capable ex-Marine. Your commander wanted someone who, since you're going on here anyway, can you please check on her and make sure she's not going insane? There were reports that she made off with like battle dress, which is the mini mecha powered exoskeleton, really like serious combat grade, and she managed to make off with that personally. The high command would just like to make sure that she's still sane and stuff, and you're now detached, you're mustered out, so you're not with the military officially now anyway, but you still have contacts back there, and they're just asking you to please just check on her and make sure she's all right. Newbiespud, celebrity chef. So you've heard of this Aslan chef called Recur. Now, they dietarily need meat. This is obviously a problem in universe with the Kree here, but also it limits their dietary options. It makes life support a little problematic. Recur supposedly, allegedly, has gotten so good that he's able to make vegetarian dishes that satisfy the Aslan need for meat.
Oh.
You'd like to figure out, A, are these rumors true? And B, if he is, well, he's a celebrity chef. Maybe you and he can work something out. Also, you heard something about the captain of this ship being something of a good chef himself. So maybe there's like some chef business that can go on.
I mean, I've basically retired or been forcefully retired from the whole celebrity chef thing, and now I've got my own business and I work on my cars all year round. So sure, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then, so who would know Aslan culture? We had 2 people who speak the language, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you've got, one or both of you got a request from the Aslan Hierate. That's this far-off Aslan majority power. So, allegedly, there is an Aslan clan chief who will be aboard this ship. Should be really easy to identify. Apparently, he only has one wife, and despite being this clan chief trying to make this new Aslan clan in Imperial space, he doesn't even have a kid yet. Something's going on. So some of your friends back in the higher just, yeah, if you run into him, can you figure out WTF? And is he okay? Does he need help making kids or something? Because, well, it is Clanish. They really believe in this stuff. They'd be a bit of a favor if you could figure this out for them.
Okay.
Okay, so those are the various roles that tie into this. And with that, I believe we are done with everything prior to you being at Spaceport just before boarding the ship.
And just to confirm, I've got 1,350,000 credits.
To spend before next session, or keep some around if you think bribes might be necessary.
All right.
Or if you want, you can just say you have just the 350,000 and change, and then say you have a ship waiting for you at Regina, which may give you some useful post-campaign outs. Pick which one you want. We'll need to have that established by the start of next session.
Okay.
All right.
Well then.
Okay.
That was fun.
And I'll have to sort out armor and weapon choices because looking at it, like, ooh, okay, what can I actually take? Because it's the limit of 10,000. Yet most of the stuff either is like within 1,000 or over that.
Right. So again, given the campaign, I will let you take it as you have that much of a discount against what you're really buying, and then just add it to your total credits. Just that discount can't be unspent by the time the game starts.
Okay.
And you're allowing anything in CSC as well.
And the central supply catalog, yes.
All right.
On up to definitely up to TL12. Try to keep it under the TL15. Nothing above TL15. And preferably something that you have a skill in. So yes, if you do have melee blade, that does allow for the arc field weapon if you have the credits for that.
Right.
So I think I'm the only one that has absolutely no combat skills.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
I would have gotten away with it if Winged Cat hadn't decided to give me gun combat 0 instead of a gun.
There are cybernetics and tools that can easily sponge your credits. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
My pittance of 120,000.
Then I can still get armor. I think. Right?
Right.
That doesn't require a skill.
Right. Some do require the vac suit skill, but the basic level ones don't.
And I've got vac suit at 0.
Oh god! I just flipped over to the central supply catalog. I could get an EOD suit.
Mm-hmm. And for one of my benefits, the combat implant, I took subdermal armor.
Mm-hmm.
Decided that'd be a good one.
Now, if you really, really, really want a money sponge, look into computers and expert software. This gives you extra skill bonuses. But that's only if you really, really want a money sponge.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a look. I have no idea.
So,
and please do check the Central Supply catalog. It's got a lot more stuff to buy. And if there's any conflict between Central Supply catalog and the core as to what equipments are, Central Supply catalog takes precedence.
Errata.
Yeah.
So you're saying we could go with a neural link and a wafer jack?
Why, yes. Or Neuralink and a computer, and your Neuralink wire comms or body electric comms to your computer.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Well, I look forward to seeing what comes out of this.
Mm-hmm. Please do have your character sheets posted to the Tabletop Roleplay channel before next session. I will ping you.
I was going to say, what are we doing for the character sheet layout? Like, it looks like we can download free electronic versions from Mongoose Publishing.
Right, or you can just have text. In fact, here, give me a moment. I will post my character sheet from a different Traveler campaign.
I've just got a Google Doc with plain text on it right now.
Okay, so I posted my sheet from another campaign. So yeah, copy that. Obviously, don't reuse everything from there, but you go ahead and use that format.
Right.
Okay.
I also just uploaded the Traveler character sheet as well.
Yeah.
So if you want to use that, it's not my personal one, just the general one.
Okay. Any further business before we close out this session?
I think that's about it, unless...
So where can I find the Central Supply catalog?
I
believe DragonBard will link you to it.
Okay.
I got that as well as the character option one, so I can send it over. Actually, I'll just link it here.
DragonBard or Azure, yeah.
It wasn't me saying that.
Okay, Azure then.
Yeah.
No,
Okay, anything else?
I'll have to put it on Google Docs, so give me a little bit.
All right.
I'm also going to post to the channel a link to Traveler Map. TravelerMap.com is kind of the semi-official mapping site for the Traveler universe. This is actually the in-character data set that a lot of people use to navigate around the world or around the setting. This specific adventure is going to take place on a trip from Roop to Regina. And the link I pasted is already centered on Regina. Roop is upright a little bit.
Okay.
And if you zoom out somewhat, you'll see the Aslan down to the lower left, and closer in, you'll see the Vargar up above.
Well, that's incredibly amusing, honestly.
Yeah, the Traveler setting is very, very detailed.
There's all sorts of really cool things you can do with the Traveler map.
Yeah.
So what's the route we're taking, you said?
So you see the world Regina right at the center of where I zoomed in on?
Yeah.
Right. You should see ROUP just a few hexes upright. So you're at Roop and you're going to Regina. You're following that green line.
Okay.
These are not two unimportant worlds. And in fact, Regina is basically the subsector, and I think maybe sector capital. So it's a pretty big shot world.
Well, that is dense. All right.
Right. So if you zoom out, the green stuff above is the Vargar stuff, and you have to zoom quite a bit out to where you see the individual sectors, to where you see the yellow stuff down below. That's the Aslan. And then the blue stuff to the left is the Zone. The red is the Imperium.
Wow, that's a lot. Okay.
Oh yes, it's a lot.
And this is just like stuff that's like from just a bunch of players putting stuff together, or is this like
a bunch
official
of players
materials?
putting stuff together for 40 years now. So yeah, it's a lot. In fact, if you zoom out even further and you get to where you can get beyond the Vargar, if you look up to Thaku Fung's sector, that's one that I've written, and then I'm also rewriting the two sectors to its left as well.
So I just zoomed all the way out, just way beyond charted space, just looking at the galaxy map.
Yes, it literally does do all the entire Milky Way galaxy.
Yep.
Yikes. All right. Well, on that bit of trivia, I think we'll call that a Spudventure. Thanks to Winged Cat for running that. Thanks to Dread and DragonBard and AzureMountain for playing along with me.
Thanks.
It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for giving us the opportunity to do this.
Yeah, I might actually try making a few more characters just because it's kind of interesting.
It really is, actually.
Yeah, some people take character generation in Traveler as a minigame in its own right.
I mean, it is, isn't it?
Yes.
We spent 3 hours in linear sequence, but we did spend 3 hours doing this.
Yeah.
And that's with us being new and going one at a time. So you could do this a lot faster. But yeah, I can see why you need to do it with everybody and just like in its own session, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah. And it helps you kind of understand and also build a character that's more than just like a basic starter. It actually has like a history and career. Like apparently, I'm a washed out celebrity chef. Apparently.
Yeah. Well, again, so you get 6 terms. You're at 42 years old. By some measures, Traveler is about having midlife crises in space.
And that's a hell of an aesthetic, really.
And like with me, I'm a Marine who technically could have just gone to like the reserves or something, or just like decided, yeah, I'm retiring.
You've had a hell of a military career.
Yeah, I mean, look at where I started. That was as a boarding party Marine, and then I switched over to the supply track, and
somehow found yourself on the front lines over and over and over.
Yep.
Just
Combat quartermaster.
Meanwhile, I had a cushy research job.
yeah. And then we had our spy here.
Who just kept his nose down and kept working through the job.
Yeah.
And then the meat incident.
And then
Yep.
And then meat.
Yep.
Yeah, all that, and we technically haven't even started the adventure yet.
That's great.
Yeah.
I can see why people have been playing this for 40 years. I mean, a version of this.
Yeah.
And now for the hard part. Picking your character's name.
Yeah.
You have until next session to do this. You got 2 weeks.
Oh boy. It's just gonna be Ward and Gramsci. I don't know.
So one of the benefits of having the Solomoni as in Earth culture out there is you can totally do any Earth culture name you want, and it's in canon. You got the Chinese, you got the Nordics, you got the Americans, you got everybody. All cultures are represented somewhere in space, and that's just. And then there are all the alien stuff, the Volani, the Zodani, the other Earth races, or the other human races.
I promise I'll think of something more creative in 2 weeks.
You can also do fun things like use a Chinese first name and a African last name, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or like in The Expanse, the head of one of the biggest like megacores is Jules Pierre Mao.
Yep.
And he is played by actually the actor who provided Dr. Shen's voice from XCOM.
Okay.
I'd like my name to be a pun, but that might be difficult to come up with.
Yeah.
Well, all right then. I think we should probably wrap this up.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. Thank you for listening
Yep.
to our Spudventures. If you like what you heard, you can find more at YouTube or Libsyn or iTunes or Google Play or wherever you get your fine podcasts. We aim to live stream these games every Sunday around 2 p.m. Pacific time at twitch.tv/Newbiespud. If you want to keep up with this and other projects I'm doing, you can follow me on Twitter. And if you want to support my ability to produce content like this, please support me at patreon.com/Newbiespud. And we'll see you next time with what will probably be Forgotten Ones, Session 6 with Great Din, taking us through the Dungeon of the Mad Mage on the second floor now, finally. And then after that, we will start Murder in Jumpspace Session 1 with these characters we just built. So we will see you then. Thank you for watching and listening.
Till next time.